Fall football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, $5 Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron action on Thunder 91.1. Fall. Fall. Fall football. Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township. Fall football. Fall football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, $5 Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron action on Thunder 91.1. Fall football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, $5 Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron. Fall football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, $5 Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron action on Thunder 91.1. Fall football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, $5 Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron action on Thunder 91.1. Fall, football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, 5 Buck Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron action on Thunder 91.1. Fall, football, Friday Night Lights. High school football on KSUU Thunder 91.1 is brought to you by Hermes Drive-In, by Township Pharmacy, 5 Buck Pizza, by Wendy's, Ogden's Flooring and Design, and by Brad's Food Hut. With kickoff just moments away, let's head to the field for tonight's gridiron action on Thunder 91.1.
Good evening and welcome to Southern Utah University. Ryan Steinekert here with Parker Haney on the Wendy's pregame show. We're at Eccles Coliseum as the Cedar Reds take on the Canyon View Falcons. And welcome into Thunder 91's coverage of tonight's game. Parker, this is a game that, you're a former Cedar Red. How much did you look forward to this crosstown rivalry game?
It's always huge. Anybody who's played in a rivalry game knows how big it is to come up to your crosstown rival, and you have a lot of friends on the other side. You got a lot of family, friends supporting each other, and when you can come out victorious and have bragging rights for another year, it's always special.
Cedar comes in at 3-3. Canyon View comes in at the same. The Falcons won their first 3 games of the season, but they have struggled a ton in the last 3, losing in region play by an average of 52-16 against Canyon View, or against Crimson Cliffs, Pine View, and Snow Canyon. It's been a rough start to the region for Canyon View. As for the Cedar Reds, they won their first game against Spanish Fork. Going back a little bit, they started the preseason 2-1, and then in Region 9 play so far, they beat Crimson Cliffs, got beat by Pineview 55-21, and last week lost a heartbreaker. They had a chance to score at the end, fell just short, and lost 24-19.
Yeah, that one last week against Dixie was definitely a heartbreaker, but yeah, it's going to be a fun one. Like I said, Canyon View's always kind of been the little brother, so you still look forward to the game, but Canyon View's always kind of been the little brother. Canyon View first was established in 1997, so Canyon View has played Cedar 23 times, and Cedar leads the rivalry 19-4. I was actually a junior, and they beat us, so I guess I was a part of history, those 4 wins. But it's always a fun matchup. Like we were saying, Canyon View's kind of struggled in Region 9 play, a little bit bigger, a little bit faster than Canyon View's used to. So I'm excited. I think the Canyon View's going to come out with some fire and really get after it.
We'll take a moment to hear from a couple of our underwriters, including Wendy's. This is the Wendy's pregame show on Thunder 91.
Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City.
Welcome back to Eccles Coliseum here at Southern Utah University. Do you know, has this game, Canyon View versus Cedar, Parker, has this game happened other years here at SUU?
I really don't know if it has, at least not to my knowledge. I was talking to Mark Esplin, the defensive coordinator for the Reds, and I guess they were saying that SUU was the one that wanted them to come play here. You know, wanted the field to be in use. I guess what he said was wanting to show the sponsors that we could still use the field for some. We still got the TV, the scoreboard up. So yeah, not that I know of, but it's fun to be up here in the booth, and it's fun to see these young high schoolers get a chance to play on the big turf.
Yeah, boy, and what a fun chance it's got to be for them, a mid-season game. You usually don't get to play on a bigger field like this unless you make it to a semifinal or a state championship game. Sold-out crowd tonight, too. Now they're enforcing a little bit of the physical distancing and asking folks to wear masks tonight, but you heard that they sold out on tickets, right?
Yeah, all the ones that student government and that they were selling through the school apparently sold out, so this is kind of fun. We got the game ball dropping from a helicopter. I have no idea who's trying to catch it, but there are only cheerleaders on the field currently, so this should be fun. Ball comes down. Oh, almost hit somebody. That's awesome. Got a ball drop from a helicopter to start tonight's game. I'm excited. Coming into it, I was looking forward to this matchup of the quarterbacks. Both of them are Jake Garrett and Jaron Garrett for Canyon View and Cedar, respectively. But I'm really excited to see how things play out. Jake Garrett, I think, is going to have to do a lot of good things. I think he's going to have to stay calm, and his line's going to have to give him some time. Looking through their stats, Garrett has technically 10 rushes for negative 27 yards, or Jake Garrett, that is, for Canyon View. Negative 27 yards rushing, and as we know, a sack in high school counts as negative yards. So his line is going to have to give him some time. I know that Cedar's going to come out and get after him, and his line's going to have to give him some time, and so that he can do some good things for their offense and get things going.
This is the Wendy's pregame show. Wendy's in Cedar City, and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth of this area. Canyon View will receive to start tonight's game, and the kickoff, we are underway. Nice long kick fielded 4 or 5 yards deep in the end zone for a touchback.
And here we go. Jake Garrett will have to be sure to, well, I guess if we're differentiating, you should just know who's on offense. Garrett at quarterback for both teams. So
Jake Garrett, a sophomore for Canyon View, 947 passing yards, an impressive 14 touchdowns to just 3 picks, and he's completing 60% of his passes. In the shotgun with 2 receivers left, 1 wide right, we're looking as Canyon View attacks left to right. Little trickery, and Tyler Main throwing deep down the right side, looking for Jake Tomcat. Caught at the 45 of Cedar. He's brought down at the Cedar 40, and a big play, bag of tricks coming out from Chris Sawyers, the coach of the Falcons.
Yeah, that's I love the aggressive play call, right? Going up against your rival, come out with a trick play first off, but Braxton Torres for Cedar just has to do a better job defensively. That ball was well underthrown. Torres could have turned around and intercepted it. He's just got to be more aware of that. more aware than that, and his sideline has to let him know the ball's coming.
40-yard catch for Jake Tom, the passer, Tyler Main. The main target of Jake Garrett. He throws out to the flat left side, and is that Callison making the catch about the 30, very close to a first down? Or is that Main?
I thought it was Braden Floyd, number 5, but maybe it is a 6. Yeah, no, that's number 6, Cody Callison.
So Callison makes the catch for 10 yards and a first down. Callison, one of Garrett's favorite targets. Snap, give to Gunnar Hatch up the middle. Big hole, and he dives forward inside the 25, down to about the 23.
Yeah, that's a good tackle there by Brian White, second leading tackler for this Cedar Red defense. Caught him by his shoelace. If not, Hatch may have found the end zone there. Just had one man to beat.
Second down and 3. Hatch on the right hip of Jake Garrett. Trips right, ball in the left hash. Garrett looking left. Pressure comes, and he's hit and brought down. Big hit from that Cedar defense.
I believe that was number 48, Savai Dotson. Nope, 42, Ben Ellis. Both of them play defensive end, so couldn't tell. Ben Ellis coming in on the stunt. Peyton Murray went inside. Tackle got confused. Ben Ellis untouched into the backfield.
3rd and 8 as Garrett was brought down back at the 28-yard line. Garrett throws quick slant. Jake Tom catch at the 20, breaks a tackle to the 10. He's finally brought down. That'll move the chains and puts Canyon View down near the 10-yard line.
Nice composure there by Garrett, not letting the big hit fluster him. Stays in the pocket. Gives a nice sling out to Jake Tom.
Jake Tom with a second catch, 58 yards. Garrett looking to throw again. Quick out left side. Nowhere to go. That Gunnar Hatch made the catch, but hit immediately and loses a couple.
Yeah, big hit there by Jack Cook out on that outside. Known for his offense, but not afraid to hit somebody.
Back at the 12. Hatch had been averaging 8.9 yards per catch prior to that reception, which goes for a loss of 2. Second down and goal at the 12. Garrett with Hatch on his right hip. 2 receivers left, 2 wide right, 1 man in motion. Garrett takes the snap and goes up the middle. Hatch with nowhere to go. There was a hole for a second, but it closed quickly.
Yeah, that's that same trap motion that Canyon View loves to get into with Hatch. So anytime he gets the ball, you can almost guarantee there's going to be a pulling guard or a pulling tackle, and Cedar's line just has to stay disciplined and do their job. 1
yard gain to the 11, 3rd and goal. Garrett rolls to his right. He's got a couple receivers, throws deep back corner, looking for Jake Tom. Too deep, incomplete, in and out of the hands of Tom. And that'll bring up a 4th down and goal for Canyon View.
It's actually a well-thrown ball to that back corner. Sometimes playing in a bigger field can kind of mess with the quarterback and receivers. Jake Tom just missed that one, but well covered and well thrown as well.
Canyon View considering here. Do we go for it on 4th and goal from the 11? Or do we kick the field goal and try to take a 3-0 lead? Looks like the holder will be at the 19, so a 29-yard field goal attempt for the Canyon View Falcons for the lead. The kick is up and looks good from here. It is good. Canyon View leads 3-0 after a 10-play drive that ends with a field goal.
I believe that looked like number 11, Gavin Barlow.
Doing the kicking?
Yeah, let me check real quick. Yep, Gavin Barlow. That's his, according to Desert News, that's his first field goal of the season. He has 17 extra point attempts. But that's his first field goal, so he's good from 29.
8:43 left, first quarter. Canyon View on the board, leading 3-0. Here on Thunder 91, this first quarter is presented by Ogden's Flooring and Design.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event.
It was about a 3-minute and 17-second drive, 10 plays, 69 yards, and the field goal up and through. Canyon View on top.
You're going for an onside kick here?
It Looks a little different, doesn't it? No, just a shorter approach to the football, a high pooch kick almost to the 15, fielded by Cedar's return man. Finds some room around the left side and stumbles down at the 35 with lots of room to run. Is that Torres, Braxton Torres?
That was Braxton Torres who took the weird pooch kick, fielded at about the 25 and had room outside. Unfortunately, his body was too fast for his feet and he stumbled.
Jaron Garrett in the shotgun. We saw a lot of two-back set in the first half against Dixie last week. One back this time with two receivers right and two left. Play action to Brinkerhoff. Garrett looks deep over the middle. He's got his man in and out of the hands. A hit at the last second. Incomplete. Intended.
Yeah, that was Colby White on the deep post route. Almost a deep seam, but well covered that time by number 7, Josh Barton, for the Falcons. White could have come down with that, but Barton hit it away right as it hit the hands of Colby White.
2nd down and 10. Cedar. Ball in the left hash as they attack from our view right to left. That's south to north here at SUU. Fake the Brinkerhoff. Garrett keeps it himself and is wrapped up in the backfield. Brinkerhoff didn't have much room, but it would have been a yard or two instead of a loss of 2 or 3.
Yeah, I want to give a lot of credit to Canyon View's defense there. I feel like that's just film. Knowing the formation, knowing the down and distance, and knowing that they love going to that halfback draw, halfback read type of play.
Oh, and Garrett runs it a lot. You mentioned earlier he's the leading rusher on this Cedar Reds team, 366 yards coming into the game. 3rd down and 12, back at the 33-yard line for Cedar. Ball near the right hash. Garrett takes the snap, looks to his left, hesitates, then throws to Braxton Torres over the middle. Caught at the 50 to the 45, wrapped up and spun down about the 40 of Canyon View, and a big gain to move the chains.
Yeah, what a great play there by Garrett. Had Colby White and Torres on the same left side. Wanted the big play to White, but realized that the safety and the corner both went with White, so he threw to Torres underneath, and Torres able to turn it into a 1st down and a big gain.
27 yards and a 1st down. Cedar into Canyon View territory at the 40. 3 receivers left for Jaron Garrett. The snap and give. Seth Brinkerhoff, no room around the left side, but he breaks a tackle and makes it into a 1-yard gain, what could have been a 1-yard loss.
That's a nice move there by Brinkerhoff, but Canyon View's defense is really all over this run for Cedar. I think you got to run another play action here and hit a man going deep across the middle.
Tonight's broadcast is brought to you in part by Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. Happy to support tonight's teams and this broadcast on Thunder 91. 3 receivers right, 1 left, 2nd down and 9. Garrett looks to his right, still looks right, hesitates, then steps out to his left, and he has lots of room to run. Tucks to the 30, to the 20, 15 to the 10, 5, touchdown. Jaron Garrett to the house from 39 yards out. He saw that space, and he just tucked and ran.
What a huge block by Colby White. That was awesome. Colby White turned around to come back to his quarterback, saw his quarterback scrambling, immediately found the defensive back and threw him on the ground. Well, pancaked him, I shouldn't say. He didn't hold him, but what a huge play there by Colby White. Touchdown, saving block.
The extra point kicked up and through by Edgar Hernandez Hinojosa, the sophomore kicker. I have an advantage. I spent some time in Mexico, so no problem with the 7-3 Cedar leads.
Yeah, what a solid drive there for the Reds. I feel like they didn't really get into a motion, didn't really find their groove, but were able to just use their athleticism, use their star players, and turn it into a touchdown drive. I actually had written down for our pregame, Torres is a big play guy. Braxton Torres needs to be the playmaker that he is. He had a 27-yard catch on 3rd down during that drive, but Torres is just a big play guy, and you know that when you throw it to him, something great is going to happen, so keep an eye out for Torres.
Hinojosa to kick this one off, and he gets a hold of it again, this time deeper. His first kickoff went 4 or 5 yards deep. This one goes 7 or 8 yards deep into the end zone. Touchback, and Canyon View will start from its own 20 again.
It is Cedar's homecoming, so the student section let off balloons after the first touchdown, and one of them just fell onto the field. So,
But it's, a purist might say, well, homecoming, you should be playing on your home field. But who would pass up the opportunity to play on this field?
I'm with you, especially if you can get a big old crowd like this. This is awesome.
This is awesome. Jake Garrett in the shotgun. The snap, give to, oh my goodness, Dusty, or Gunnar Hatch lit up right as he received the handoff. And that's not Hatch, that's a different running back.
It's actually number 2, Adrian Ward. It's the first time that I've seen him carry. We've called 3 games. That was Adrian Ward, who was hit immediately in the backfield by Brian White. Coming in on a blitz.
Loss of 3. Quick screen. Ward has the reception left side. Breaks one tackle outside to the sideline 25-yard line. Pushed out around the 28 and close to a first down. That's a good gain on second to bring up a 3rd and short.
Ward does have 10 carries for 65 yards on the season, and another nice little screen play there to Ward, and he turns it into a nice gain, makes it a 3rd and short. He's very fast out of that backfield, which can definitely make people miss, as long as he gets the opportunity. Brian White was there as soon as he got the ball on first down.
9 yards, 3rd and 4. They spotted at the 26. Garrett with 3 receivers right. Ward on his right hip. The snap, Garrett, quick slant over the middle. Got his man caught, 35-yard line, hit and brought down. First down and a little extra. Is that Poulos?
It says Braylon Poulos coming across the middle. Knew he was going to get hit. Grabbed the ball, pulled it in, and immediately braced for contact. But first down yardage, do what he needed to do.
Good start for Jake Garrett. 5 of 6, 44 yards through the air so far. Trips to the right side. Garrett back to throw. Pulls it down, starts to run, then tosses down the sideline out of bounds over the head of Tyler Main.
Yeah, Main and Garrett usually on the same page. That time, Garrett tried to improvise. Main wasn't quite with him. Tossed it over the head of Main, where there was definitely room for Main to run, but Main wasn't looking.
So a 2nd down and 10. Canyon View at its own 35-yard line. Cedar leads 7-3. Both teams have scored on their first possession. And the officials making sure Canyon View not taking the half yard away from themselves on this line of scrimmage. Garrett with trips right. Calls for the snap, rolls to his left. Good thing pressure came. He throws out there, incomplete, looking for Callison. A little bit of contact, but it looked like the timing was right for Cedar's D.
Just thinking that same thing. May have been a little bit early. Oh, hey, look, we got a replay.
Up on the big screen. Well, if you're not here tonight to watch this game, you might come on down now to Eccles Coliseum, because you're going to see a lot better than what we can tell you about.
Yeah, this is great. Good night for football here in the old Cedar City.
2 receivers right, 2 left. 3rd down and 10. And I think that's Hatch back in at halfback, or running back, on the left hip of Jake Garrett. Garrett taking his time, making sure guys are lined up just right, and then Canyon View has to take a timeout. We'll take one as well here in the Ogden's Flooring and Design first quarter. Cedar leads 7-0 on Thunder 91.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City.
(7-3), the Cedar Reds on top of the Canyon View Falcons. Canyon View from its own 35-yard line, a 3rd and 10.
Yeah, there was a mix-up on that last play. It looked like Canyon View was trying to get into a new formation that they hadn't been in before. Garrett calling out to his receivers, and them not understanding. Coaches taking timeout.
Garrett takes the snap from the shotgun, heaves it deep down the right sideline, and tipped and caught on the sideline, and McAllister will take it home all the way to the south end zone. A 65-yard tip drill touchdown from Jake Garrett to Michael McAllister.
Yeah, that is the number one rule as a defensive back. Never turn around and jump, right? You will never guess correctly. You know, you keep your hands on your man and you continue to run with the ball. Braxton Torres on that play turned around, jumped for the interception. He got both hands on it, but unable to come down with the ball, tips it right to McAllister's hands, and he does the rest.
Into kick, Dakota Essency, or is that 11? Gavin Barlow.
Yeah,
Tough to see from
Gavin Barlow, who's had it blocked.
So he misses short, the extra point, no good. But Canyon View leads 9-7.
That was Peyton Murray who got in there, got a hand on that ball. So, like you were saying, now 9-7, Canyon View High School up by 2, 4:57 left in the first quarter. Another big play by Canyon View turns into a scoring drive. You remember on their first drive, straight out the gate, ran a trick play for about 40 yards. And now another big play there leads to a touchdown.
1 minute and 46 seconds off the clock. 6 plays, 80 yards. Extra point, no good. Canyon View, 2 possessions, and twice on both possessions they've converted on 3rd and longs more than once. And that's certainly been what's helped these drives stay alive for the Falcons.
Yeah, I do want to mention that the throw was a little bit underthrown by Jake Garrett, but he still threw that ball about 40 yards downfield. So nice heave there by the sophomore quarterback, and it luckily went from an interception to 6 points.
Canyon View to kick off. The boot, another short pooch-type kick, fielded about the 28-yard line. And Cedar's return man goes from the 30 out to the 35. Is that Joseph Garrett?
Dallin Levitt, I believe.
Oh, yes, I'm looking at the wrong. Thank you, Dallin Levitt. So a short returns, but Cedar with good field position. Canyon View, I guess, content to kick it short and not take the risk of.
Yeah, I don't really know what they're going for here, but
I think it was against Snow Canyon that the Warriors returned the opening kick 95 or 98 yards for a touchdown. Maybe Canyon View looking to avoid that. Low snap to Jaron Garrett, scoops it off the turf and hands to Brinkerhoff, who stutter steps right side for a couple to the 37.
Yeah, really not a lot of room at the line, but Brinkerhoff able to stay patient, wait for a little bit of a hole to develop and gain 2 yards.
To the 38-yard line, 2nd down and 8. Ball right in the middle of the field. 2 receivers, 3 to the right, 1 left. Garrett, quick throw out to the right side, caught at the 35, following a block, bounce it outside 50 to the 40, tripped up out of bounds of the 1st down and 4 for the Reds.
Yeah, that's just an extremely unfortunate play call by the defense for Canyon View. Had trips out to the right side, and they blitzed their outside linebacker who was on the 3rd receiver. And the play was actually going to the 3rd receiver, so they were a little bit outmanned going towards that side. So an unfortunate blitz call there for Canyon View. Turned into a big game for Cedar.
Jack Cook on the reception, goes for 14 yards and a 1st down. Garrett fakes the handoff, throws deep. Again, this is the first play from scrimmage. We saw Colby White. This time holds on at the 1 for a diving catch. Slides into the end zone. And Cedar has 1st and goal.
That truly was an incredible throw and catch there by Garrett to White. Saw it on the replay. Looks like he did get it clean, so they'll be down on the 1-yard line. Yes, that's a great point that you said. Same play as the first play from scrimmage. This time White able to haul it in, even with the good defense.
Jaron Garrett talking to his backfield. He's got 3 backs behind him. He's under center. Takes the snap and gives left side. Nice big hole. And Brian Seth Brinkerhoff crushes through one would-be tackler into the end zone. Touchdown, Cedar.
Yeah, what a phenomenal throw there by Garrett. And then again, a great catch by Colby White, setting up that easy 1-yard touchdown run for Seth Brinkerhoff.
Boy, we might have 120 points scored tonight at this pace.
Yeah, it's shaping up to be a good one. I'm excited. Waiting for a defense to get a stop, but I'm excited.
13-9, Cedar leads.
Looks like they're going to go for 2.
Interesting.
I don't know. I'm not positive what their reasoning. I guess if Canyon View scores and they go for 2 right here, it'll only.
Whistles and
Josh, head coach Ben is not happy, coming out throwing papers and whatnot. I'm talking to the official.
still in the first quarter. We've had 4 scores already, 2 apiece from both from the teams. Cedar scored 2 touchdowns. Canyon View had to settle for a field goal on its first possession, and then a 65-yard touchdown from Jake Garrett to Michael McAllister. We've exchanged leads twice already. 4 plays. Started at their own 36-yard line, so that's 64 yards. And just 1 minute and 9 seconds off the clock for Cedar. They're scoring quick strikes tonight.
Yeah, so Cedar is going to go for 2, which would make it a 6-point lead, which, that way if Canyon View misses another extra point, they will just be tied, I'm assuming is the thought process here.
So Garrett under center with the, here's the Philly special again, except they go the other way. And
Brinkerhoff just takes it himself. You love to see it. That's always good when you know that a team was watching film and then you just mess them up from it. So the Philly special is a play where the quarterback will go out to the right side of his line and act like he's talking to his right tackle, and then the running back will step in and just snap the ball. But the Philly special, the running back snaps the ball and then does a reverse to the other tailback, and they throw it to the quarterback. This time, Brinkerhoff got in the wildcat position, took the snap, took off running to the left side, and was able to score a 2-point conversion.
And I think if I saw things right, Parker, the running back that would normally come around on the reverse and then toss the ball, he cut in and made a block to seal the edge, and that freed up Brinkerhoff. Hernandez kicks it and fielded right at the 1-yard line. Up to the 20. Flag flies as Adrian Ward takes it out to about the 22.
Big hit at the end of that run. There is a flag down. I believe our first penalty of the game, yeah?
Yeah, I don't have any previous penalties.
First penalty of the game. Not sure who it was on. Typically, you're going to see a block in the back or a holding in these type of situations on the return team. We've seen a little bit of trickery from both teams, huh?
Yeah.
It's always fun.
Hold. You might be able to hear that official if you're listening on Thunder 91.
So that takes them all the way back to their 10-yard line. So Canyon View with a lot of field ahead of them. Yet to punt yet. Actually, neither teams have punted yet. So we'll see if Cedar can get a stop here.
2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Give up the middle to Hatch. Little bit of room, and then he runs into the linebackers after a gain of 2.
Yeah, not a lot going there. Good run by Hatch just to turn that into anything.
2nd down and 8. Canyon View and Cedar. Each team has had the ball twice. Each team has scored twice. Cedar leads 15-9. That's a weird football score. I had to look at the scoreboard again. And is that right?
We had a field goal and then a missed extra point and then 2 touchdowns, but they went for 2. It's very random.
2 receivers left, 2 wide right again. Hatch in motion to the left side, and the quick throw out to Hatch in the flat. If he can get one block, he's got some room. He gets it long enough to get near a first down, about the 19.
Yeah, looks like they're going to mark him just short, so this will bring up 3rd and about, oh, never mind, move the chains. So that's a little bit generous on that spot, but nonetheless, first down, Canyon View. Nice run there by Hatch, and nice blocks from his wide receivers.
1st and 10, Canyon View at their own 20. Give to Hatch. Oh, again, a big hole initially, closed in a hurry. He breaks a tackle and dives across the 25 for a decent gain.
Yeah, that is not easy to shake Peyton Murray. He's short and he's got a lot of weight on him, but no issue for Gunnar Hatch. Just keeps trudging his legs and turns it into positive yards always.
6 yards for Hatch. That's his average coming in. 743 yards plus another 16 or 17 tonight. He's likely to cross the 1,000-yard mark if things keep going the way they've gone for him. 2nd and 4. Give to Hatch, left side. Patient, then drives ahead to the 28, 29-yard line, a gain of 3.
Yeah, I love that you said patient, because on first down, he actually got ahead of his lead blocker. His lineman hadn't yet gotten to the hole, and therefore Hatch ran into some issues. That time, Patient waited for his lineman.
Again, this time to Adrian Ward, and he has nowhere, or that is Hatch, nowhere to go for Gunnar, and he actually loses a yard to the 28. Cedar stuffed that hole.
Yeah, there's a flag there.
Hatch put his helmet down low to try and barrel in and drive forward.
Yeah,
I wonder if...
I feel like I was thinking the same thing. Got to be a hands to face, maybe a face mask, or maybe a targeting, but we will see what the call is. Officials conferring now.
There is no flag on the play for an incidental face mask.
They discussed maybe an incidental face mask, but no. So 4th down, a loss of 1 to the 28.
Looks like we will still not see a punter. 4th and 2, and Canyon View's going for it.
Gutsy call from their own 28-yard line. What do you need? What can you run to get 2 yards? The hard count. Cedar moved, but not off sides. And now Canyon View brings in a whole load of different personnel, all 11. One of the Cedar Reds just scooped up the ball and headed for the end zone, and that may give Canyon View a first down.
No, that should be a false start on Canyon View. If the center takes his hand off the ball, that should be a false start.
And that's, I think, the argument that Trayton Payne is making. He was saying, no, the center took his ball off the ball, so that's a live football.
Yeah, if anything, that's a fumble. That should be 6 points.
And the officials will have to get here and discuss.
So this is what happened for, again, our radio listeners. Canyon View gets down, grabs the ball. Hey, let's get the call first.
Snap infraction on the center on the offense. 5-yard penalty, still 4th down.
So the center got down. They tried to draw Cedar offsides with a hard count. Didn't work, so they brought in all new personnel to punt the ball, but the center had already grabbed the ball, so when he let the ball go, that should be a live ball. I assumed would be the call, but nothing happened. Center took his hand off the ball. Trayton Payne grabbed it and ran into the end zone, and then a flag was thrown.
1:06 left, first quarter. Cedar leads 15-9. They've scored 2 touchdowns. Canyon View has a field goal and a touchdown with a missed extra point.
How random was that? That was so bizarre to me.
We've seen from trickery to random bizarre.
Yeah, right when I saw him pick up the ball and then let it go, I was like, I don't think he's allowed to do that.
Canyon View with some late motion just before the snap. The punt is a low, short line drive. A bit of a Canyon View bounce at the 50 to the Cedar 46.
It's a nice heads-up play by Trayton Payne. I feel like I would have been confused, and I probably wouldn't have grabbed that ball, but nice heads-up play there by Payne to take off to the end zone.
It reminds you of plays where guys like Deshaun Jackson, where they drop the ball right before they go into the end zone. Somebody scoops it up and goes the other way.
Goes the other way.
1st and 10 Cedar at their own 47-yard line. Good field position for the Reds. Attacking right to left. That's south to north here at Eccles Coliseum. Garrett takes the snap. Play action. Keeps it himself on the option. I should say not play action. And moves across the 50 to the 49.
Yeah, I think that's a bang-bang play, but I think you got to give that one. I think that Jack Cook probably could have gotten the edge out there. Colby White is a great blocker on the outside. I think you give that one on that jet read.
2nd and 6. Brinkerhoff on the left hip of Garrett. Calls for it. Play action here, and this time White starts in and goes back out. He's open. The throw there, caught at the 20, and he goes down right after the catch, down about the 19.
He's a great great route runner. I think that Colby White could be very successful in at the next level if he really put in the work. I know he plays baseball as well. Not sure what he wants to do with his life, but he is a great route runner and has great hands.
1st and 10, Cedar at the Canyon View 19. Again, Garrett pulls the ball back on the play action, looking to throw. Pressure coming. He's hit from his, not the blind side, but away from where he was looking, and he goes down, a loss of a couple.
Yeah, right as he gets up, he says, "Hey, coach, that's my bad. I got to get rid of that ball." That's pretty rare that you see him get sacked. Usually he'll make up his mind to take off running, but.
Cedar, second time out of the first half.
Timeout, Cedar,
I don't know
with
why.
2 seconds left in the first quarter. We'll take a quick one as well. We'll be right back. Cedar leads 15-9 on Thunder 91.
Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools.
Cedar with a 2nd down and 13. Braxton Torres in motion, fake the handoff to him. Garrett rolls to his left, throws downfield, and it bounces off the turf. The throw just a bit short, and the receiver couldn't quite come back to get it. And that brings us to the end of the first quarter. Cedar with a 3rd down and 13.
By game administration for a lack of masks in the stands. We will continue the game when game administration allows us.
And if you didn't hear the official just now, the game has been delayed by the game administration because of lack of face masks by the spectators. Now, you may be aware of this, Parker, in up in Utah County, so Provo-Orem area. I think it was a governor mandate. They said no more spectators at sporting events for the time being.
Yeah, massive day, not positive on these numbers, but I think 1,400 new positive COVID tests just today. That's a record for Utah in one day. So I really have no issue with them issuing that statement. I think it's a good point. I think it needs to be done, and I think that we got to get some masks on.
So Canyon View, I don't know, they misunderstood a little bit. They were heading out to start playing defense, but the official said, nope, guys, head to the sidelines. We've got to wait for an announcement from the game administrators that we can start playing again. Our first quarter has been presented by Ogden's Flooring and Design. They welcome you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event.
Well, as we wait, kind of break down that last play, I was a little bit confused as to why Bennett took a timeout. 2 seconds left in the first quarter. It's not like you need to hurry and get a score. You're just going to switch sides of the field and continue playing, but I think he wanted to. We're getting a call from the head official here.
Thank you for your cooperation. We will now begin the second quarter.
So the Whitecap official just announced, thank you for your cooperation. We'll now begin the second quarter.
And I'm not sure who our listeners are, but that was Danny Lewis who went out to the Whitecap. That's the athletic director here at Cedar High, and he's just he's a goober, man. He's the one that's always in the hallway saying, hey, get the class, you know, all that stuff. So that's funny that he's the one out there enforcing that rule. You love to see it. Thank you, Danny Lewis, for helping us out there.
It's 3rd down and 13. Cedar at the Canyon View 27 or 22-yard line. Snap. Garrett looks to his left, nothing there. Looks right, pump fake, saying, hey, go this way, then throws in the end zone. He's got his man there, caught, back of the end zone, touchdown, Cedar. Jack Cook on the reception, his 5th receiving touchdown of the season.
You love to see that. 3rd and 13. Hey, let's just throw for the end zone. I'm going to stand back here and direct traffic, tell guys where to go. I'm going to throw it where he's not even looking. Jack Cook makes a nice adjustment and is able to haul that one in. Nice throw and catch for the for the Reds. Kick is up and in. So now we have a 21-9. 20 there we go. I was like, wait, it shouldn't be 21. 22-9. Cedar Reds up on the Canyon View Falcons. Just 7 seconds gone away in this second quarter.
It looked like Garrett was trying to direct a different receiver, go over here, and then the defense kind of sucked in on him, and he threw it back to the end zone to Garrett, or to Cook.
Yeah, nice little improv there, and it comes from one, great athletic ability from Garrett to avoid the sack, but also his line gave him plenty of time. And maybe it was Canyon, didn't send enough guys to get after him. They're going to have to make Garrett feel uncomfortable if they want to hang in this game. I think Cedar's done a decent job of making Jake Garrett feel uncomfortable, and they're going to have to return the favor. Kick is deep. Caught on about the 5-yard line by Ward. Breaks to the right side. May have a little bit of room. Takes off up the sideline to the 40. And he is dragged out of bounds. Canyon View sideline wants a horse collar, nothing there. So a nice return there by Adrian Ward. He's able to scamper all the way out to, I believe, the 39-yard line.
Nice return by Ward.
Keep walking backwards, 36-yard line.
He just fielded that out around the 10-yard line.
Yeah, good return there by Ward, and good blocking by his by that kick return unit. Looked like they ran it exactly how it should have been ran.
Garrett from the shotgun. Looks left, looks right, nothing there, and the pocket collapses. He steps up and goes down. Loss of a couple.
It's Trayton Payne, who was really just in the right place, right time. Hadn't shucked his blocker yet, but Garrett stepped up into the pocket, and Payne was there waiting.
The line of scrimmage was the 38, a loss of 3 to the 35-yard line. Garrett has been sacked twice for a total loss of 8 yards. No rushing yards for Jake Garrett. Second down, 13. Give Gunnar Hatch up the middle. Not much room, and you want a lot more than that on a second and long.
Yeah, don't love the play call. Maybe go with the play action there or just a straight drop back, but you got to get ahead of these chains as Cedar's defense is ready to come after you. So.
Third down, 12 yards to go for Canyon View. 2 receivers right, 2 out left. Garrett takes the snap from the shotgun. Heaves deep down the left sideline, looking for Callison. Caught at about the 30 and then shoved out of bounds. And Cody Callison with a big gain to move the chains.
Yeah, that was number 5, Connor Hardman, in coverage. He's just a sophomore. I don't know if I've ever called his name before, but Hardman, who was really in a solid position. Jake Garrett just put that ball where only Callison could get it, and he went up and got it.
34 yards to the Cedar 30. It moves the chains. That was a 3rd and long. Give to Ward around the right side. Can't get the corner. Cuts it up inside the 30 to the 29. Nope, they'll spot him right at the 30. No gain.
A great job there by Trayton Payne and Peyton Murray. Able to set that outside edge, cause Ward to jump up inside where Cedar had multiple defenders waiting.
10 minutes left in the second quarter. Cedar has had 3 possessions. The Reds have scored 3 times. Canyon View was forced to punt once and has scored twice. Garrett out in the flat, has Ward caught at the 30, makes a man miss and dives down to the 25. A short gain will bring up a 3rd and about 5 or 6.
Yeah, I love that play call. I think you got to run either stretch zones or quick passes to the outside for Ward. He's very shifty once he gets to those flats and just hard to bring down. You have to have at least 2 guys there to take him down. He's very fast and easily turns that into a 4-yard gain.
So Jake Garrett with a 3rd and 6. 3 receivers left, back to throw. Pressure comes and he won't get away. He'll lose the football and Cedar's on it. Little bit of a scrum for it, but I don't think there's much question. The Reds have it at their own 39.
Yeah, Trayton Payne getting into the backfield, delivered the hit on Garrett. Garrett, who didn't have the ball securely, fumbles, and Cedar able to hop on top of it. So Cedar will take over at their own 39-yard line. Really about where they got their last possession.
9:18 left, second quarter. Jaron Garrett in the shotgun with 4 receivers left, 1 wide right, and an empty backfield other than Garrett in the shotgun. Looking to throw, nothing there. Tucks it and dives across the 40 to the 42.
Yeah, quads out left and just 1 receiver out right. I don't think that was a designated draw play there for Garrett, but that's what it turned into, and he's able to turn it into a 3-yard gain.
2nd down and 7. 2 receivers right, 2 left. Brinkerhoff from the left hip to the right hip of Garrett. Jaron calls for it and gives to Brinkerhoff. Left side, not much room, but he's able to drag one would-be tackler a couple yards out to the 45.
Yeah, Brinkerhoff, like you said, that hole closed up immediately, but I mean, he just put his head down and continued driving. Turned it into about another 2-yard gain, so 3rd and 5 now. Nice defensive possession going here for the Falcons. They got to close it out here on 3rd down and get this Red offense off the field.
2 receivers left, 2 wide right for a 3rd and a short 5. Fake the handoff to Brinkerhoff. Garrett over the middle. He's got his man caught. Jack Cook is gone. 10-5 touchdown. Jack Cook with his 2nd receiving touchdown of the night, and Cedar extends its lead.
Yeah, that's an unreal throw from Jaron Garrett. Cook on a nice route, but had his defender still on his hip, and Garrett led him just enough to where Cook outstretched his hands, caught it perfectly in stride, didn't have to slow down at all, and was able to just outrun his man to the end zone.
Some speed there from Jack Cook. Extra point, the kick is up and through, and Cedar leads 29-9. I feel like I may have missed some of Jaron Garrett's stats, but I've got him 5 of 6 for 159 yards and 2 touchdowns. Does that sound about right?
I don't know.
Jack Cook, 3 receptions for 91 yards, 2 touchdowns. That's a good night.
Yeah, I'm trying
Jack Cook.
I'm trying to go over all of Cedar's offensive possessions, and has he really only thrown 6 times?
I'm going to have to count the plays and count that against the passing plays I have for him. We'll see.
Gotcha.
Canyon View Fields at the 5. To the right, is that Cody Callison across the 25 to the 30, still on his feet, and goes down about the 34.
Another big hole created by Canyon View's kick return team. Callison just unable to get there in time due to the deep kick from Cedar's kicker.
That last drive for Cedar, 3 plays, 61 yards, about a minute and a half off the clock. Canyon View will start at its own 34.
Maybe he has only thrown 6 times. I mean, he dropped back a couple times and then tucked it and run, right? But
yeah.
Man, if he's only throwing the ball 6 times, that is efficient.
Gunnar Hatch up the middle, breaks a tackle or 2 out to the 40, and a nice gain on 1st down for Canyon View.
Yeah, nice hole there created by by Hatch's offensive line. And he's able to hit the hole hard and turn it into a nice gain. Clock just ticked under 7.5 minutes to go in the first half.
3 receivers right. Garrett takes the snap and gives again to Hatch up the middle, and he has stood up right at the line, keeps his feet churning, and maybe picked up half a yard.
And not much there. Pile kind of fell forward, maybe a little bit to the side. That's about the only gain there.
To the 41. So that was the same spot, no gain. Hatch picks up 7 and then 0 on these last 2 carries. 26 yards on 9 carries for Hatch. 3rd down and 3. Garrett fakes the throw for Hatch, throws on a quick slant. The route is jumped and a flag flies.
I don't know about that. That was number 10, Tyler Stroop, who's playing corner for the Reds right now, and jumped the slant route. And I think officials are saying that he got there just a little bit early, is what they're talking to him about right now. But man, I like that defensive play there by Stroop, but unfortunately, again, got there a little bit too early trying to jump that route, and turns into a 1st down for the Falcons.
I thought he actually got to where the ball was first, and if anything, should have been pass interference on Canyon View. But nonetheless, what I think doesn't matter. Give to Ward up the middle, a lot of room to the 30. Splits a couple defenders, the 20, 10, 5. Ward is gone. Touchdown. Adrian Ward takes it all the way to the house.
That was a special run, just barely. He got into the backfield, and there was still 4 defenders that he had to beat, and he said, I'm going to just run right between all you guys, and you guys aren't going to be able to catch me. He put his head down, put it into 5th gear, and took off up the field. Great run by Adrian Ward to kind of slow down Cedar's momentum here.
Well, you see why that sophomore is getting some more playing time tonight. His speed, pretty impressive. So Cedar puts a touchdown, or excuse me, Canyon View puts another one on the board. Extra point attempt. The kick is maybe blocked again, but makes its way through and is good.
Yeah, Cedar's really getting after it. It's like once they blocked one, they were like, dang, we can do this every time, and they're really getting after those extra point attempts. So 16-29, Cedar High School still up on top of the Canyon View Falcons. 6:35 left here in the first half. It's really just been big plays for the Falcons. Anytime they've had a scoring drive, it's been due to some big plays. So we will, they definitely have to get a stop here. If Cedar hangs, what'll that be? 36 points. Yeah, 36 points and a half. You can't expect to win ball games letting teams score 36 and a half. So Canyon View's defense needs to come out, needs to make a statement and get a stop here. They had them in a 3rd and 5 last possession. They just were unable to finish it. And it actually, I'll be interested to see how many times Cedar has scored on 3rd down. I know at least 2 of them have been on. One of them was a 3rd and long, and that last one was a 3rd and 5. So Canyon View needs to come out and get a stop here on defense, and they can definitely still be in this ball game.
29-16, one of the stranger football scores you might see. You kind of have to do some math and figure, how did we get to 29-16?
I'm struggling adding it up.
Cedar fields at the 10. To the 20, stutter step, 25, up the middle, then bounce it outside. A flag flies as Cook finds some room across midfield. He's pushed out right at the 50. Jack Cook with a big return, but a flag down back at the 36.
Nah, that's just a bad call. I saw exactly the play that they're going to call, blocking the back. They literally hit shoulder pads together. He was right alongside him. I guess they could call a blindside block. But regardless, that's a tough call.
Illegal block in the back. Number 30
The block in the back.
10 yards from the start of the foul.
The Reds fans, you can hear their displeasure. That turns into, so it's 15 yards from the spot of the foul. That puts Cedar at its own 25-yard line. That's a 25-yard penalty if you consider the end of the run.
Yeah, that's a tough one, but it is what it is.
29, go ahead.
I'm sure they're still going to come out and deliver a punch right here. So
Reds lead 29-16 here on Thunder 91. Second quarter presented by Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug. 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Jaron Garrett taking his time. Calls for the snap and fakes to Brinkerhoff. Takes left side, hesitates, finds a room outside and heads for the sideline. He's hit at the knees and slides out of bounds after a gain of 7.
Yeah, a little bit of a scary hit out there, but he protects his body, kind of lets the hit just take his legs out from under him, and then he slides out.
Got Garrett 6 carries, 48 yards. That's including 2 times he's been sacked tonight.
And a touchdown, right? He ran for a touchdown.
Yeah, 39-yard touchdown.
Jeez. What a night.
Plus
what a night for Garrett.
Yeah, efficient. 1 incompletion. Everything else has been big time. A couple long touchdowns. Well, 1 long touchdown pass. Fake to Brinkerhoff. Throw to Colby White, left side. He breaks a tackle at the 50, down the left sideline to the 40. Finally brought down there after a gain of 28.
Yeah, that's just nice playmaking ability there by Colby White. Had his defender on his left hip and put on the brakes immediately. Had his defender cut in front of him, and then he took off back to the outside to the left and was able to turn it into a huge gain.
They'll spot it at the 42, so a 26-yard gain. Garrett again in the shotgun. This time gives to Brinkerhoff. Starts up the middle, nothing there. He's turned around but keeps moving Cedar's direction and picks up 5 to the 36.
Yeah, I think he spun in a full 720. They spun him around and then spun him around again, and he just kept going forward. About a 6-yard gain there on first down for Seth Brinkerhoff. 5:25 left in the first half. Cedar looking over at the sideline trying to get the call.
2nd down and 4. Reds with the football near the left hash, attacking north to south. That's left to right from our view. Trips right. Garrett rolls to his right, stops, looks back to his left, nothing there, and then throws with the last second on the sideline, incomplete. Looking for, is that Charles?
Yeah, Charlie Cook. Do have a flag down, but that was just a greedy play by Garrett. I was looking down his same sideline, and he had Cook wide open as soon as he started to roll out, but Cook was only sitting at 5 yards. He was waiting to see if the deeper route was going to develop, and it never did, and then he kind of threw a bailout pass to Cook. A little bit of a greedy play there.
Also may have resulted in this whole penalty.
That was on.
Go ahead.
Sorry, that was on interesting Seth Brinkerhoff, the running back. So I feel like that's that's a penalty that I'm okay with. If my running back is holding on to guys to protect my quarterback, I think I'm okay with that.
2nd down, 14. Cedar back at the Canyon View 46-yard line. Garrett with 2 receivers right, 2 out left. Cook goes in motion, gets the handoff on the fly sweep, left side. Just stutter steps, makes 1 man miss inside the 40 to about the 39.
Yeah, that holding call is exactly what Canyon needed. Get Cedar behind the sticks. Now they're at a 3rd and 8, and they have to get a stop here. Their defense has to get off the field. They have to make Cedar do something else, although Cedar might be in 4-down territory just because they're on their own 40 right now, which is always awkward if you want to punt it or kick it. A lot of kickers at the high school level don't quite have this range.
3rd down and 8. 2 receivers left. That's the short side of the field. 2 receivers on the wide right side, and some whistles just before Garrett takes the snap. Canyon View takes a timeout. 29-16 Cedar with the lead here at Eccles Coliseum on the campus of Southern Utah University. We'll take a quick timeout and hear from our sponsors, our underwriters here on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane.
Garrett in the shotgun for a 3rd down and 8. Cedar with the football. Play action. Pressure comes. He's flushed out to his right. Looking to throw and then heaves deep down the right sideline. Jack Cook again. Yes! Back corner of the end zone, right side. Touchdown. 3 receptions in a row for Jack Cook have gone for scores, including this 40-yard strike.
Oh, man. I literally am just sitting here laughing to myself because of that throw by Jaron Garrett. He rolled out to his right, and he waved his left hand, said, no, keep, it was like playing backyard football, like, no, keep running. And then he just turns on the run, chucks it downfield to Jack Cook, puts it right in his pocket, right on the front pylon. Just an unreal toss there from Jaron Garrett. And it turns into another 7 points for the Reds. And Jack Cook is having an unreal game from the wide receiver standpoint.
4 receptions, 131 yards, 3 touchdowns. He came in with 4 touchdowns total. He's got 3 more tonight.
That's a Randy Moss stat line. You know, that time he played on Thanksgiving and he had 3 catches, 3 touchdowns, and 181 yards.
Yeah.
That's some crazy stuff right there. Great play design by Coach Bennett. Getting Garrett rolling out to his right and knowing that he's just going to make a play.
How about that? I've got Jaron Garrett. Let me add another 40 yards to that total. 225 passing yards with 3 touchdowns. Shorter kick, fielded off the hop. Cody Callison at the 10, breaks a tackle, gets out near the 20, and continues to drive his feet, shoved out of bounds around the 22.
Yeah, I feel like I need to stop. This is going to be a weird moment for me. I always hate when commentators are, oh, you gave him the announcer jinx, right? Like all that stuff. I just never really thought I would be in this situation, but I think I need to stop saying Canview needs to get a stop right here because every time I say it, Cedar throws a touchdown. So that's been 3 third downs in a row that Cedar has gone to the end zone on. So
good ball. Illegal participation on the receiving team. Number 52 came off the sideline to participate. Half the distance to the goal. First down.
Not often you see that. Illegal participation. They have heard the official talking about one of the players from Canyon View coming off the sideline to participate in the play. Canyon View's coaches talking with the officials about that. Canyon View's coach is Chris Sawyers. He's from outside of the state, went to Fort Lewis College in Colorado. This is his 3rd season. Cedar's coach, Josh Bennett, a Millard High graduate, and SUU T-Bird in his 6th season at the head of Cedar's program. Jake Garrett throws deep down the left sideline, and Cedar's man had a better chance at the catch than Cody Callison. Incomplete, though.
Yeah, believe it or not, that was Jack Cook, who was almost on the receiving end of another pass.
He's had enough. 4 receptions, 131 yards, 3 touchdowns. Updated stats on Jaron Garrett, 8 of 9, 255 yards, 3 scores. That's the unofficial stats that I have for Cedar's quarterback. Canyon View, 2nd and 10 from its own 13. Jake Garrett with a man wide left, 3 on the right side. Give to Gunnar Hatch up the middle, and a short gain out near the 15. But you go incomplete on 1st down, and then a short gain on 2nd down. You're not setting yourself up for success on 3rd and long.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not loving the play calling here from Canyon View. Feel like they are in a hurry to get back into this game, which, I mean, maybe they do need to be, but, you know, I feel like you just got to trust your playbook and do what you think is best.
Good blocking. Throw to Callison, caught at the 25 and breaks 1 tackle out near the 30. Good gain for Canyon View and a 1st down.
Yeah, I think you keep doing that same thing. Keep running the short to mid routes. Let Jake Garrett get back there and sling it. He's shown that he has a great arm. You know, let him sit there and sling it to the receivers outside. Trust your line to give him some time and let him throw the ball.
3 receivers left on the short side of the field. Adrian Ward, right side, breaks 1 tackle, cuts up. He's hit from the side and pushed down to the 40. Make it the 39-yard line. A decent gain. 2nd and short.
Or just give it to that guy because I feel like he's got Cedar on their heels, man. Every time he touches it, they're worried about which direction he's going to take off in. Adrian Ward is really something special. He's very fast.
Gunnar Hatch came in with almost 750 rushing yards, and he's quickly been almost overshadowed by Adrian Ward so far. Throw out to Ward right flat, and Garrett led him just a bit too far, incomplete.
Yeah, that's another one where Garrett was seeing something that his receiver wasn't able to see. Threw that one out to open space, and Ward unable to get out there in time. Well defended by Cedar.
And what you're saying, if Ward cuts that upfield, he makes the catch and he's got some room to run, is what Garrett saw. Right. Ward just couldn't see that from his position. Garrett fakes the handoff, throws out to his right side, behind and incomplete, bringing up 4th down and 4.
Punt unit will come out. Man, I don't know if I think you believe in your defense. Give them one more chance. Maybe kick this one deep, reverse field, see if your defense can get a stop here in the last 2:30 of this first half. Cedar with a prolific offensive outing, 36 points on the board, and had a chance to get some more.
36-16, the Reds with the lead. Jack Cook back at about his own 19 to receive this punt from Canyon View. Just our 2nd punt of the night, and we're 2 minutes 32 seconds from the first half. Canyon View, delay of game. So a punt from the 34 instead of the 39, or at least the line of scrimmage moves to the 34. Canyon View's punter back around the 20. Ready for the snap. Good snap, gets off a low line drive. Jack Cook fields at the 30. Starts right, left, goes back left, and he's wrapped up and brought down. Great open field tackle.
That is a great open field tackle. That was number 19, Michael McAllister, who was able to hold on to Jack Cook. I was literally just about to say the only thing he needs is a punt return for a touchdown. that would truly make this night unforgettable, if it isn't already.
So a 1st down and 10, Cedar, with 2 minutes 22 seconds left to play in the first half. The Reds lead 36-16. The 2nd quarter is brought to you in part by Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug. The Township Pharmacy halftime show coming up. I invite you to stay tuned for that. Let's give you some stats, highlights of that first half. Jaron Garrett takes the snap from the shotgun and throws left side. Colby White, the catch wrapped up, and he drags the man for a yard or two to the 37.
I can't see on the scoreboard, but I believe that Cedar only has 1 timeout left. I know for a fact that they have used 2. I can't remember if they burned their 3rd one or not, but 1 timeout, 2 minutes now left on the clock, and I guess they're just going to try and run a tight little 2-minute drill here for Garrett.
Garrett motioning to the sideline, moves Brinkerhoff to his left hip with 2 receivers left, 2 wide right, ball in the left hash. 2nd and short, and Garrett fakes the handoff, keeps it himself. He's wrapped up and brought down, no gain. Actually lost half a yard.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that play call was. It took about 30 seconds for the call to get there, and then it was a zone read. I'm not sure what's going on there. Why don't you just throw it up to Jack Cook running down the field.
Cook, the slot man on the right side. That's this near sideline, the Cedar line. For 3rd and 6, 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Garrett steps up, and he's sandwiched almost, but tripped up and wrapped up and brought down about the 36. A very short gain, if anything, 4th and 5. And Canyon. Canyon View takes a timeout with 58 seconds to play in the first half.
Well,
Their third and final timeout of the half.
Canyon View finally got it done. Maybe I need to just shut my mouth. I didn't say that they needed a stop, and they finally got a stop on third down. And it was, I kid you not, it was literally seconds away from turning into 6 points. Garrett barely left the pocket too early. Jack Cook came open right as he tucked the ball in. That could have been 6 points, but a great job by Canyon View's defensive line to put pressure on Garrett. So there will be 58 seconds left on the clock. Not sure how many timeouts Canyon View has. I think they have one left now after they just used their second. So looking to maybe get on the board again here before half.
Cedar set to punt. Canyon View set to receive. Flag flies, a sky-high punt, and it's short, out of bounds, around the 47 or 48. It's only a 20-yard punt, and 2 flags are down. There's one clear back at the 22 and one closer to the line of scrimmage at the 39. Maybe for the same infraction. This second quarter presented by Township Pharmacy, located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock Drug downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service is available, or you can stop inside the pharmacy. Illegal participation against the kicking team. I don't know that I've seen, it's been a long time since I've seen illegal participation once in a game, let alone twice in a quarter.
Yeah, I'm not sure who that was on that time, but freaking so random, man. I don't know what's going on here. I'm trying to find who the coaches are talking to. Now, I do believe that illegal participation can be on, well, no, I think that would be a sideline infraction. I'm not sure. Pretty random. Anyway, Canyon View now has great field position if they want to get on the board here at the end of the, wow.
It's a 15-yard penalty from the end of the kick. So Cedar line of scrimmage was the 36 when they punted that one away. Canyon View's line of scrimmage is the 37. It's a 1-yard punt, essentially.
A whopping 1-yard punt.
Garrett throws to the right side, caught his man, bouncing it outside, and Tyler Main steps out of bounds around the 30. Got what he could and then stopped the clock. Smart play by the senior.
Yeah, good play there by Tyler Main. I think that was Michael McAllister out on that far side who had the nice block on the corner, Braxton Torres, and Main able to get out of bounds after a 7-yard gain.
Garrett looks again right side. He has Main again, caught, steps out. He made sure he had the first down and then ran out of bounds to kill the clock.
Yeah, speaking of good route runners, Tyler Main is unreal. We said this in the first game that we watched him. He's very precise. He's gonna take you one way and then break down real quick and come back the other way. He's very precise with his route running, and it's showing here.
38 seconds to play. Clock stopped after Main got out of bounds. Garrett again looking. Flush to his right, throws, got his man Jake Tom. Instead of going out, he stops and tries to get more, but is tackled out of bounds about the 12. Did he get out and stop the clock?
I don't know. I think they said the clock was running. They're just waiting to get the chain set.
An 11-yard gain. That's 3.
He did get out of bounds. Sorry.
No, you're good. 3 catches, 69 yards for Jake Tom. 1st and 10. Garrett flushed out of the pocket to his left, looking to throw. Still looking. He's back in the end zone, just too high. Looking for Braylon Poulos.
I think he's got to tuck it and run there. He had a lot of room. Could have got down to the 5-yard line and got out of bounds. Instead, you're still back on, what was that, the 14?
13-yard line. 2nd and 10. 24 seconds. Time for 3, maybe 4 plays. 2 receivers right, 2 wide left. Garrett. Fade right side end zone, looking for Tyler Main. He had a couple steps on his man, but the throw just too deep.
Yeah, Tyler Main guilty of the same thing that Torres did in the first quarter. Turned around and jumped for the ball instead of just running. If he runs that out, he can probably get underneath it. Not sure if he would have stayed in bounds, but Garrett maybe just overthrew him on that one.
3rd and 10. Canyon View at the 13 of Cedar. Knocking on the door. Pressure comes. Garrett steps up. He does tuck. He thought about it for a second. Ran inside the 10 to about the 7. Hit hard there, and the clock running down to 8. Garrett hurry to the line. Spikes it with 5 seconds left in the half.
Oh, they don't have another timeout.
That was 4th down.
Oh.
That's the problem. So he ran for 5, spiked it, and Cedar will take over 1st and 10 from their own 7-yard line.
That's a killer there. That's just a sophomore quarterback. Immediately he goes to the sideline and his coach puts him under his arm. Just a nice coaching moment there for Jake Garrett. You have to know, down and distance, you got to know time and score. There's a lot going on when you're a quarterback other than just having a great arm and being athletic,
So a turnover on downs, and Cedar takes over 1st and 10. 5 seconds to go from their own 8. And Garrett will take a knee back at about the 3 to end the first half. Cedar Reds punted just once. They scored on all but one of their possessions in the first half, and the Reds lead 36-16 as we head for the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. Parker, quick thoughts on that first half?
Yeah, just I think you hit it right on the head. Scored on all but one of their drives. So, Canyon View's defense has to step up, has to make some sort of halftime adjustments. Their offense really wasn't awful. It's just their defense and Cedar's prolific offense that really has been the big key in this ballgame.
36-16, Cedar leads at the half. We'll be right back with more of our coverage. The Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report coming up on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City.
At the half, brought to you by Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug. Cedar leads 36-16. here at Southern Utah University. A homecoming game for the Cedar Reds against the Canyon View Falcons. And Cedar has won this matchup 19 of the 23 times. And with a 3-touchdown lead, they're well on their way to making that 20 out of 24. Parker, in that first half, it's hard to overlook or really understate Jaron Garrett's numbers. 9 of 10, 261 yards and 3 touchdowns, plus 47 yards on the ground, including a 39-yard touchdown run. That's unofficial stats, but he's had himself a great first half.
Well, that's a great game.
Yeah.
I mean, you could look at those stats and be like, oh, he had a really good game, and he did that in one half. Garrett has been extremely prolific. His receivers have caught the ball. He's really just been banging on all cylinders, and it's really something special watching him work out there. He has complete control over everything that they're doing on offense. I really think I'd be interested to see if he's telling Coach Bennett, hey, Coach, call this play, but then let me do what I'm going to do. I feel like there have been at least 2 different occasions where he just said, hey, keep running down the field, screw your route, just let me throw it deep and you go get underneath it, So I love what he's doing, and it's been a lot of fun.
And a guy with his mobility at quarterback can be dangerous running the football, but even more dangerous when he does just what you're saying, I think, when receivers and the quarterbacks work together to break a route, change things up a little bit, improvise, and find those big plays. And Jack Cook has been the recipient of that one a time or two. 4 reception, 131 yards, and 3 touchdowns. 3 touchdowns on 4 receptions. That's ridiculous.
Yeah, that's the fantasy night that you want, I'd love to have Jack Cook on my fantasy team right now. No, it's truly been something special. Jack Cook has really just been in the right play at the right time. And yeah, I love what you said about, that's even more special when a quarterback can get out there and command a field like that, because there's no film on that, right? You can know the route, you can be exactly where you're supposed to be, but when the quarterback gets outside the pocket and he says, hey, go this way, come back to me, go deeper, what are you going to do? I don't know. Obviously, Canyon, you haven't figured out the answer either. 36-16 hasn't had a particularly bad game. I mean, 16 points and a half should be, that you should definitely be in the game. Cedar's just had such a prolific night scoring the ball, and I'm with you, and I want to call myself out on a mistake that I made. I said, let Jake Garrett get back there and start. I think you got to get the run game going. I think you have to keep Cedar's D-line honest, right? I feel like when the run game, when the passing game opened up was after Adrian Ward broke that long run, and then the next possession, Garrett was able to move the ball a little bit better. They were a little bit more worried about Ward. You have good running backs. Let them move the ball for you. I think their offensive line has to establish something as far as winning the line of scrimmage goes, if they want to climb back into this game. And then I think the obvious one is their defense has to figure something out. I think you have to make Garrett feel uncomfortable out there. I know it's only his 2nd time playing on this field. They had a practice here earlier, but man, it looks like this is his home. He's doing whatever he wants. He is the most comfortable quarterback on the field by far, and he's just thoroughly doing whatever he wants, and he's picking apart this Canyon View defense. They're going to have to figure something out.
Again, Jaron Garrett's numbers, 9 of 10 for 261 yards and 3 touchdowns, plus 47 yards on the ground and a 39-yard rushing touchdown. And again, you look at the stats and the numbers of yards, and Canyon View, they get able to drive right down the field and score on their first possession. And it's just kind of it seems strange if you just looked at Jake Garrett, 13 of 22 for 196 yards. You've got Adrian Ward with 48 rushing yards on 3 carries and a touchdown. And you'd think, how has Cedar made such a difference? One thing certainly is Cedar had 6 possessions in that first half. They scored on 5 of them. So while Canyon View is getting the yards, they've been forced to punt a few times, and you don't score and you find yourself down.
Yeah, and it really does have a particularly weird feel to it, especially because Especially because there's only been one turnover, right? I mean, other than that turnover on downs, I mean, that was silly, but there's just been that one fumble, and granted, Cedar turned it into 7 points, but other than that, it really has just been, you know, our possessions, or excuse me, Cedar's possessions have led to points almost every time, whereas Canyon View has been stifled a couple times. So I think it's, again, eliminating those negative plays and getting your ground game going. You got to stay ahead of the sticks any time that you want to mount a comeback.
You're tuned in to the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. We'll take a quick break. We're at homecoming tonight for the Cedar Reds at Southern Utah University's Eccles Coliseum. Stay tuned for more of this Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report on Thunder 91.
Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery, too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools.
Back on the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug happy to support local high school sports. And boy, a fun night to be here at Southern Utah University for this crosstown rivalry and homecoming night for the Cedar Reds. Canyon View got the ball first. They drove right down and kicked a field goal, led 3-0. Cedar answered with a 39-yard touchdown run from Jaron Garrett. Canyon View answered with a 65-yard pass from Garrett to McAllister, and it was 9-7 after Canyon View failed on the extra point. Cedar scored. They drove down a long pass to Colby White. Put Cedar down at right near the goal line, and then they scored one play later. Seth Brinkerhoff with a touchdown. Cedar went for 2, and that's kind of what gave us this funny score. Cedar and Canyon View both scored a couple more times each. Cedar 14 points in the second half. Canyon View once, or in the second quarter. Canyon View once in that second quarter, and that puts us at 36-16. The Reds on top of the Falcons. A lot of yards, a lot of offense, and a pretty long, lengthy first half. That's something you get with more scores, is that kind of carries into a longer game, and that's just fine by me for Friday Night Lights.
Yeah, we mentioned it at the beginning of the broadcast. Just a beautiful night for some high school football. You know, you got the bright Eccles Coliseum lights shining down. A beautiful field. Glad to see it in use. As the Big Sky Conference will not be playing, so the Thunderbirds won't have any games here, but fun to see these guys out here. It's a great opportunity for them, and yeah, I'm just really excited. And like you said, it's just been a great night. A bunch of exactly what you would want from a football game is, well, most people exactly what you would want from a football game is a shootout, high scoring, but maybe we'll see a little bit more defense. You know, I'm sure that defensive coordinator Mark Esplin is not happy with the big plays that they've been giving up. And then, again, Canyon View's coaches cannot be super stoked about 36 points in the first half. They're going to have to make some changes. And I've been trying to pinpoint exactly what it is, and really the only thing that I can think of is exactly what I've mentioned already. It's just going to be getting pressure on Garrett. You just have to make him feel uncomfortable because he's doing everything, right? I mean, he's ran for touchdowns, he's thrown for touchdowns, he's, you know, come up with the big play when he needed to. In fact, the only time that Canyon View was able to get off the field, I mean, at a normal time in the game was when they got pressure on a third down, and Garrett was unable to make the throw downfield, and actually, I think, lost like half a yard or something. So they just have to get after Garrett. They have to make him feel uncomfortable. That's the only way that they're going to come back in this game.
And that's a hard thing to do because he's a guy that is pretty comfortable moving out of the pocket,
Right.
improvising.
Being uncomfortable.
Right? He's uncomfortable out of that comfort zone, or he's comfortable out of that comfort zone. And also interesting, Canyon View's last year, they had some serious issues defensively. They were last in 4A, allowing 43.5 points per game. And coming into this game, they've been allowing 52 points per game in Region 9 contests over the last 3 weeks. And Coach Sawyer said one of the focuses coming into this year was we got to be better on defense. And those first 3 games they looked to be better. The last 3, and then so far tonight, not much better.
Yeah, and I love it. I love that he knows that it's an issue for them. I love that he knows it's something that he needs to work on. But boy, it's been rough thus far for this Canyon View defense. So. I'm excited to see in the second half the adjustments that they make. I always wish that we had another guy, or that I could run down there and talk to the coaches about what they talked about at halftime, you know, like they do professionally. But yeah, I'm excited. I'm sure it's going to be, you know, we got to win the line of scrimmage and we got to get our run game going because it's just going to open things up for Jake Garrett. I felt on that last possession, not the one that they got off of that punt, but the one before that where he almost threw that interception on the up and out route. I felt like he was rushed. I felt like he felt so much pressure to come up with something that he did something out of his comfort zone, right? So I think that you got to help your quarterback feel comfortable and give him the best chance to succeed.
This is the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. We'll take one more quick break to hear from our underwriters, and we'll be back with third quarter action right after this on Thunder 91.
Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Wendy's in Cedar City and Hurricane is happy to be a part of bringing broadcasts of high school activities for the youth in this area. Wendy's is open for breakfast early in the day and offers its full menu throughout the day and evening. Drive-up and delivery is available, and they have plenty of specials to choose from. Wendy's of Cedar City and Hurricane. $5 Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. $5 offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. $5 Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. $5 Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. $5 Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools. Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City. Ogden's Flooring and Design welcomes you to their showroom floor at 2232 North Main Street in Cedar City. Celeste Johnson and the staff can answer any questions about your flooring projects. 867-1777. That's 867-1777. Ogden's is happy to present this athletic event. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City.
You've been tuned into the Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug halftime report. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off of Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown, and they can do curbside service, or you can stop inside the pharmacy. They'll fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Ryan Steinekert here with Parker Haney. Canyon View scored first, but Cedar scored most, 36-16 at the half. The Reds lead on Cedar's homecoming night. You mentioned Canyon View needing to put some pressure on Jaron Garrett, the quarterback from Cedar. What do you see Cedar? I mean, you scored 36 points. You're up by 3 touchdowns at half. What adjustments, if any, do you make?
Yeah, I actually did write something in my notes. I just didn't feel like I needed to mention it just because, again, 36 points and a half is awesome. But giving up 16 points and a half isn't necessarily ideal either, right? Like we were talking about before against other Region 9 teams, 16 points and a half is, I mean, you know, probably above average of what you want. I think it's limiting the big plays. Any time that Canyon View has gone down and scored, whether it be a touchdown or a field goal, it's been due to a big play. Canyon View hasn't really had any feel to their offense, haven't really had any rhythm to it. It's just been the big play, and so I think Cedar needs to limit that big play, and you know keep everything contained. Keep it
at Hurricane, and then you've got Dixie at Snow Canyon. Of course, tonight here in Cedar, it's the Reds on top of Canyon View, 36-16. Both these teams at 3-3. Cedar a little better off in Region 9 play at 1-2, looking to even back out at 500 if they can stay on top in this game. Canyon View at 0-3, looking for their first win in Region 9 as we get set for third quarter action. The halftime report has been brought to you by Township Pharmacy and Bullock Drug. Canyon View kicking south to north to the Cedar Reds. Cook goes back and fields at the 6. Running to his right, 20 to the 25, cuts up to the 30, spins. No, that's Braxton Torres across the 30 to the 33.
Yeah, nice return there for Torres. Nice blocks by that kick return team. Like you were saying, other matchups in Region 9. I do have an update on Snow Canyon against Dixie. Dixie has a 21-20 lead at the end of the first half. So apparently a crazy ball game going on over there. Dixie at Snow Canyon. That would be a fun one to tune into. So
Snow Canyon ranked second in the state at 5-0 coming into that game tonight. Cedar with a 1st and 10 at its own 32. Man in motion. Braxton Torres gets the handoff on the jet sweep around the right side. Good blocking upfield. He's all the way near midfield before he's shoved out at about the 47. So 15 yards and a first down.
Back-to-back plays from Braxton Torres. One of them on a kickoff, the other one on a jet sweep to the outside. I love it. He hesitated and almost cut up field too early. He realized that that his blocker had the edge. He stuck with it, got the edge, turned it into a big gain.
To the 47, 1st and 10. Cedar with 2 receivers left, 2 wide right, ball in the right hash. Garrett takes the snap and gives to Brinkerhoff. Big hole up the middle, hesitates and then hits the hole inside the 40 to the 30. Spun down and a big gain. And it's all the way. They'll spot it right at the 30, so a 23-yard gain.
I could not have told you that was coming. I did not see a halfback zone up the middle turning into a 23-yard gain, but nice blocking there by the Reds. And good play call by Bennett, maybe catching Canyon View a little bit off guard.
2 receivers left, 2 right again for Jaron Garrett. Steps back, throws down the right sideline, looking for Cook again. This time just led him too far out of bounds, incomplete. 261 passing yards on now, even with that incompletion. That's just the second incompletion of the game for Jared Garrett.
Yeah, that one just a little bit too greedy once again. Bit off a little more than he could chew. Tried to throw it toward that same front pylon that he connected with Cook on in the first half, but unable to do so.
Same formation, Garrett in the shotgun, Torres in motion. The snap is low, and by the time Garrett picks it up, he couldn't hand it to Torres. Pressure in, he goes down, and 2 flags fly.
Kennedy just bailed him out. Face mask right at the end of the play will turn this into a first down for the Reds.
Personal foul, face mask, number 52 in the defense. 15 yards from the end of the run, results in the first down.
Just like Parker said, a personal foul, face mask, 15 yards. They were at the 30, so half the distance, 15 yards, same thing.
Yeah, Kennedy just shot themselves in the foot on that one. Would have brought up a 3rd and long instead. Looking at 1st and 10 from their own, or from Kennedy's 19-yard line.
And in motion, Torres again. Garrett keeps it and pitches out to Brinkerhoff, left side as a blocker upfield. Can't quite get around the corner all the way, but does pick up 5 or 6 inside the 15.
Torres got smacked on that jet sweep, but a nice play call there and a nice read by Garrett. Kept it, held on to it for as long as he could, and then pitched it out to Brinkerhoff at the last second for a positive gain.
So 5 yards to the 14, 2nd down and 4. 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Garrett looking to throw over the middle. He's got his man caught right at the goal line. Touchdown, Colby White. 14 yards for the score.
Nice throw there by Garrett. That was really awesome to watch develop. He stepped up into the pocket, cocked it back, ready to throw it, and just sat there and waited for Colby White to break out of his route so he could throw the ball to him. That play was fun to watch for me. He stepped up into the pocket, cocked back, looked like he was in slow motion, just held it there for a second, and then delivered a perfect ball to Colby White for another touchdown on their opening drive of this second half.
1 minute, 40 seconds, 5 plays, 68 yards, extra point good. 42-16, Cedar leads. And for Jared Garrett, his night just continues to get better. That's 4 passing touchdowns on 10 of 12 for 275 yards. Unofficially, that's my stats, keeping it here as we go. And Colby White, pretty good night too. 5 receptions, 117 yards, and a touchdown. Cedar to kick off. High and fairly deep, fielded at about the 4. Adrian Ward up the middle, runs into a couple of Reds, and he's stopped right about the 20.
I think we got another holding on this Canyon View return team on Canyon View sideline.
If that's on Canyon View, that would push them back. I didn't do numbers on starting field position, but Cedar, I think, has got the advantage there. Canyon View started a couple times from their own 20, once from their own 10, and once from their own 13, whereas Cedar has started at least 2 or 3 times closer to midfield and once in Canyon View territory.
10-yard spot from the foul. First down.
Yep, we do have a holding on Canyon View, so that'll push them all the way back to their own 13-yard line.
Good news for them, it's 1st and 10 rather than what could have been like a 1st and 20, right? Garrett throws out to his left, and a decent throw. He threw it where only his guy could catch it, but he couldn't quite catch it. Intended for Callison.
Just a little bit outside the extended hands of Callison. Dove out for it. Good coverage by Jack Cook on that play.
42-16. Cedar leads. 10 minutes left in the third quarter. We've had a lot of scoring, not quite that much. First quarter. Trips to the right. Gunnar Hatch on the right hip of Jake Garrett. Give to Hatch and nowhere to go. Ball almost came loose, it looked like. And again, the incompletion on first, the run on second puts you in a third and long, tough spot.
I was just going to say that. I'm not sure if Canyon View has it figured out yet, but throwing on first down for an incompletion and then running on second down doesn't equal a lot of success when you put yourself in these third and long situations.
Gunnar Hatch, 12 carries, 33 yards. Garrett back to throw. Gets a key block on the outside, lofts it down the sideline, just a little too wide, out of bounds. Incomplete, fourth down.
That's not how you want to start this second half if you are Canyon View. Cedar moved the ball effortlessly, multiple big plays, and then you come out and gain a yard in 3 plays. They're having some real issues with their punt team. Every single time they come out, there's one man who doesn't get the picture and runs out late.
This time it was the punter, Gavin Barlow, coming out late. Oh, I guess I better do my job. He receives the snap inside his own end zone, gets off a nice punt off toward the sideline. Jack Cook fields it with his back to the direction he wanted to go. Turns, sprints up across the 50, hit at the 45 of Canyon View. Good field position for Cedar.
Yeah, nice play there by Cook. Didn't try and do too much. Saw a hole and said, I'll take the 10, 12 yards on my return.
So Cedar will start from the Canyon View 44. Reds already lead 42-16. Canyon View lost last week, 67-27. They put up 27 against Pine View, but lost still by a large margin. Torres, a little bit of motion, give to Brinkerhoff left side. Hesitates, then finds a little hole, cuts up, and he is leveled as he was held up trying to gain extra yards, just got hammered. The 38.
Yeah, unfortunately, I think the trend for this Falcons team is going to continue with their defense. I think as long as you have Jake Garrett at the helm, you're going to be able to score points, but are you going to be able to slow down any of these Region 9 offenses?
So far, the answer is no. Torres again in motion, and he gets the handoff, jet sweep. Not much room, but he breaks the tackle right side. Inside the 30, tripped up, dives forward to the 28. First down and a little bit more, 10-yard gain.
Yeah, nice play there. The exact same comment I had on the first one. Wanted to cut inside, realized that he had the edge, able to get outside, broke a tackle, and got first down yardage.
2 receivers right, 2 wide left. Brinkerhoff on the left hip of Jaron Garrett in the shotgun. Ball in the right hash for 1st and 10. Garrett back to throw, steps up, keeps his eyes downfield, and throws a quick on the out to Charles Cook, a diving catch for a short gain. Spot him at the 23, 5 yards.
Yeah, Garrett hucked that thing, man. Didn't even step into it, just pulled back and released. Delivered a bullet to Charlie Cook.
2nd and 5. Canyon View 23. Give up the middle. Brinkerhoff leaps over one tackler, keeps his feet to the 10-5, touchdown. He bowled over a couple of Falcons on his way to the end zone, and a 23-yard run. Seth Brinkerhoff, his 2nd touchdown of the night.
Yeah, that's just a tough run by Brinkerhoff. Hole was there, got him to the 2nd level, and then at the 2nd level, he just broke some tackles, and like you said, bulldozed his way into the end zone. Nice run there by Brinkerhoff.
4 plays to go the 44 yards. Cedar set to kick the extra point. Colby White holds, the kick is up and through the uprights, and Cedar leads 49. Am I off a point? They went for 2 and converted, right? Did they fail on a 2-point? Oh, yes, I am off a point. 50. And that, it was 43-16. That touchdown and extra point makes it 50 to 16.
It definitely said 42 on the scoreboard. Yeah, the scoreboard was off as well. 50-16 is the score. Not sure why they went for 2. I think they just wanted to make it difficult on us.
They certainly did that. They had everybody confused, not just us, for a little while there. 4 plays, 44 yards, and let's see, 1 minute and 33 seconds off the clock. Cedar's longest time of possession on a drive has been 2 minutes and 26 seconds. They're striking quickly.
Yeah, it's just due to big plays. Now Cedar with the short pooch kick. Canyon View barely gets on top of it, and he's hit hard by number 8, Kason Crandall, who delivered the blow on that short pooch kick.
Seth Brinkerhoff, by the way, quietly, 9 carries, 70 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, 2 big runs in the last 2 possessions there for the Cedar Reds.
Canyon View 1st and 10 from its own 29-yard line. Cedar with a big lead, 50-16. Again, Canyon View struck first. They drove down, stalled, and settled for a field goal. They led 3-0. Cedar scored, made it 7-3. Canyon View answered and led 9-7, but then that next Cedar touchdown put them ahead what looks like so far for good. Damian Ward the give, left side, nowhere. 3-4 Cedar Reds, and then they bring him down for a loss.
Yeah, not a lot of room for Ward that time. Cedar's defense all over it. Very well played by the linebackers for this Cedar High defense.
Ward with a stat line, like, go back a few years, like Barry Sanders. 4 carries, 2 for negative yardage, 2 other carries have gone for 51 yards and a touchdown. Garrett from the shotgun. Looks to his right, nothing doing. Scrambles out, tosses at the last second, finds Ward. 40 to the 45, breaks a tackle, 50, cuts back toward the sideline of the 45 of Cedar. A first down and a lot more, and a nice little improvisation by Jay Garrett. Flag down, though, clear back at the 22, and this one might be coming back.
Yeah, I think that Adrian Ward is a transfer student. And I'm basing that only on the fact that on that play, Garrett motioned him out to the trip side, and Ward kind of turned and looked at him like he was confused, like he didn't really know what to play or didn't know what the motion was supposed to be. So he's either new to the team and just decided that he wanted to play later. I think he's a transfer student.
Number 47 of the defense. 15-yard penalty from the end of the run. First down.
Infraction against the defense, 15 yards after the end of the run, which ended at the 45. 15 yards from there to the 30.
Yeah, that's a huge gain. That's a huge gain there for the Falcons, and a big-time call. I thought for sure that was coming back on a hold, but all the way up to the 30-yard line for this Falcons offense.
Ends up being a 37-yard gain, including the 15 yards on the penalty. Give to Gunnar Hatch, left side, and he picks up a few all the way to the 22-yard line. It's an 8-yard run for Hatch.
He kind of, when he got tackled, he landed on a Cedar defender and bounced off him and gained about another 4 yards. So.
2nd down and 2. Garrett gives again to Hatch. No. Throws left side. Callison caught. 15-yard line. Brought down at the 14. First down and a little more.
Nice little quick play action there. Hit Callison on the slant. Good defense, though. Able to slow him down. If you don't make that tackle, that turns into a touchdown. Man, it's the big play again. I don't want to jinx it, and I think I just may have, but that big play by Adrian Ward turns into points, and it's looking like Canyon View may come away with something here.
1st and 10, trips left. Hatch again up the middle, hops through a couple tackles, and down inside the 10 to the 9, a 5-yard gain.
Nice physical run there by Hatch. Just always. I'm tired of saying that. He just always does that.
Fake the handoff there. Throw to Callison left side. He'll be wrapped up and brought down behind the line of scrimmage after the catch. Maybe did get back to the line at the 9. No gain.
Yeah, looking for the screen play. And the other 2 receivers on that trip side just missed their blocks. And kind of set up Callison for a fail there.
We've got Jake Garrett, 16 of 27, 231 yards and a touchdown through the air. It's 3rd down and 5. Garrett looks right. Pressure comes from the right side. Flag flies as he rolls right, throws for the corner of the end zone, just tipped and picked off. Cedar has it. That looked like it was just going to be tipped out of bounds, but somehow stayed in, and Ben Ellis came down with it for the Reds. Returned it out to about the 10 or 12.
Yeah, I believe that flag is a holding, so this interception will stand.
Holding, number 54 in the offense. That penalty is declined. Result of play is 1st down, Cedar.
You heard it from that Whitecap official. Interception, and Cedar takes over.
Man, I did not believe in the announcer jinx literally until now. As soon as I said, looking like they're going to get some points here, they turn it over. Just their 2nd turnover of the ball game. Could not have come at a worse time. Right on the verge of getting some more points, and Cedar will take over.
You'll have to be especially careful of that when basketball season starts on free throws, Parker.
Yep.
1st and 10 Cedar from their own 12. Jet sweep, the fake, and the throw down the field on the seam to Colby White. Caught at the 25, drugged down at the 31. Colby White for 19 yards.
Josh Barton on the coverage of Colby White again, and he is getting frustrated that he cannot slow down Colby White and Jaron Garrett.
Got Jaron Garrett at 299 passing yards on 12 completions. 4 touchdowns. 1st and 10 Cedar. Torres again in motion, gets the handoff, hesitates and bounces outside. Not much room this time. He's wrapped up and drugged down after a gain of maybe 2.
Yeah, good defense there. Good gang tackling by the Falcons. Able to corral Torres and then slow him down.
To the 34, they give him a 3-yard gain. I think it was Cade Short who got there first and just grabbed hold of Torres and pulled him back from the 34. Kept him from getting any further. Brinkerhoff up the middle. Not much there, out to the 36 for 2 yards. 3rd down and 5 to go for Cedar. Reds lead 50-16 with time running down in the 3rd quarter. 3:40 left to play.
He brings up to the 3rd and 5. A nice defensive possession here for the Falcons. Trips out to the left side for Garrett.
The snap, Garrett rolling to his left, looking, stops, back across his body and looking for Jack Cook. Throws it just a bit high, incomplete. So Garrett misses for just the 3rd time tonight, the incompletion. A timeout as one of the Cedar Reds is slow to get up.
Leland Mays, offensive lineman for the Reds, tried to walk off the field, and then the coaches told him to just, no, stay down, we'll come out and take care of you.
We'll take a quick injury timeout here in this 5-Buck Pizza 3rd quarter. Cedar leads 50-16 on Thunder 91.
5-Buck Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. 5-Buck offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. 5-Buck Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. 5-Buck Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. 5-Buck Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools.
So Leland Mays gets checked on, and Mr. Miyagi came out and did the slap of the hands, and that's almost what it looked like. And it's good to see. I'm sorry to make light because Mays, we don't want any injuries, obviously, but he popped up and jogged, sprinted down the field about 15 or 20 yards. Looks to be okay.
Looks like he is going to make it. That was also interesting. One of the athletic trainers for the Cedar High side gave the Whitecap officials some sort of liquid. It wasn't a water bottle. Maybe Whitecap was cramping or something, some pickle juice, something like that, but making sure our officials stay healthy.
You drink the pickle juice?
I did not.
No?
I cannot stand pickles. I would have just cramped up.
No pickles.
Just embraced it.
But, oh my goodness, just extra long time on the rugby style punt allows the coverage team to get down, and this takes a huge Cedar bounce, rolls all the way to the 6, the 5, still rolling to the 4. What a punt by Edgar Hernandez Hinojosa.
I do see now why Leland Mays was so excited to get out there and run, because I believe the athletic trainer for the Reds said, I don't think you're going to continue. He's over there pleading his argument, saying that he's all right. He's a tough kid, so he'll be back out there on the field, I'm sure.
3:06 left in the third. That punt, the line of scrimmage was the 36. That's a 60-yard punt down to the 4-yard line. 60 yards. 50-6, Cedar leads third quarter. Garrett takes the snap, and the give is to Ward. He bounces it outside. I didn't think he was going to make the corner, but he does, to the 10, and hit hard, driven out of bounds around the 15.
Man, he seriously could have been tackled in the backfield on that one. He took off to the outside, and the Reds just underestimated his speed to get to the outside. They could have brought him down in the backfield, if not in the end zone. Instead, it turns into a first down.
12-yard gain. That's one of those where the coaches are going, no, don't do that. Okay, good play. Low snap. Garrett scoops it up off the turf and gives to Ward again. From the 16, it was 1st and 10, and Ward drives those feet, pushes the pile a yard or two to the 17, maybe 2 yards to the 18.
We've seen Ward catch a few balls, but I'd be interested to see if they don't try and put him in a slot position or something else, because you have such a good running back in Gunnar Hatch, and I love a 1-2 punch as much as the next guy, but I think you got to have as many playmakers on the field as you can.
Hatch right here takes a handoff and cuts against the grain. He's got some room to run all the way to the 40, lowers the shoulder to the 42, and a big gain. That's 24 yards.
And right on cue, talking about the 1-2 punch, Gunnar Hatch comes in, gets a first down of his own, and more. Nice run there by Gunnar Hatch. Good blocks by his lineman. Had a huge hole. And then Hatch able to break it to the outside and then cut upfield.
That's 24 yards. Puts Hatch at 15 carries, 70 yards, and over the 800-yard mark on the season.
It's impressive.
Garrett, quick out. Cody Callison, the catch at the 46. 2 Cedar Red defenders there. And they'll spot Callison down. His progress stopped at the 46.
Dallin Levitt finishing that tackle for the Reds.
Closer to the 47, a 5-yard gain. Garrett gives. Hatch breaks a tackle, still on his feet, pushes forward and gains 1.
Stood up. 3rd and 4 now for the Falcons. Have a nice drive going here. Need to sustain this. I don't want to say to get back into the game, but I mean, if you want any shot, you're going to have to score here.
Trips right. Garrett rolls to his right. Has the short man open and threw it a little bit short. Too far out to the sideline. Incomplete. In and out of the hands. Would have been short of the first down anyway, but a flag comes in.
Yeah, Garrett was hit way after the throw. That should be a personal foul, late hit on the defense. And that should be a first down for the Falcons.
Personal foul, roughing the passer, number 56 in the defense. 15-yard penalty from the previous spot, results in a first down.
Have you ever thought about being an official, Haney?
No. I like them to make the call, and then I just determine what the call was based on, where they threw the flag.
You just say it's like every time this is what they're going to call, and then they call it. 15 yards and a first down at the Cedar 37. Jake Garrett going deep down the left sideline. McAllister in and out of his hands in the end zone, incomplete.
Yeah, Michael McAllister had the play there. Had about a yard or two on his man. throw was a little bit underthrown, but still on target, just unable to make the grab in the end zone.
McAllister had a 65-yard touchdown reception earlier in the game. That put Canyon View up 9-7 at the time. That was early in the first quarter. Third quarter action, time running down, 1:02 left. Give to Ward, left side, hesitates and then pushes forward. Flag flies in as Ward continues to battle down to the 36 for a short gain.
Played by Adrian Ward.
If it makes you feel better, I have no idea what this flag is. Watch the whole play. Can only think it was just in the mix of things. Got to be a hands to face or something incidental.
5-yard face mask. Number 48 in the defense. 5-yard penalty from the end of the run. Repeat, second down.
So a face mask from the end of the run, 5 yards. Ward did not gain anything on that carry.
So that's do they call an incidental face mask?
Yeah.
So that's only a 5-yard penalty.
Right. To the 32, second down and 5. Now they'll pick it up and put it at the 31. So a 1-yard gain for Ward. Garrett takes the snap, gives to Ward again, right side, nowhere to go, and he's wrapped up and brought down to 3 Cedar Reds back there to stop him. Loss of 2 or 3.
Yeah, that wasn't even really a blitz package. That was just a lot of defensive linemen blowing past this tired Canyon View offensive line. Just look really deflated out there right now as we trickle under 20 seconds remaining in the third quarter.
Third down and 7. That pushed them back to the 34, the 33 rather. Garrett with trips right. 1 receiver left. Back looking to throw. They set up the screen. Got it to Hatch at the 30, and he's caught from the side and behind at the 25. That'll be enough for a first down.
Another impressive catch and run by Hatch. Savai Dotson actually realized what the play was just a little bit too late, but still turned around, took off after Gunnar Hatch, and Hatch just a little bit too fast, able to turn it into a first down, and that'll do it for the third quarter. That third quarter was brought to you by 5 Buck Pizza, now serving in 2 locations, 1390 South Providence Center and 1830 North Main Street. So another interesting third quarter. Still, Cedar's offense hasn't missed a beat, and maybe Canyon can get on the board here at the beginning of this fourth quarter.
We'll be right back with fourth quarter action on Thunder 91.
5 Buck Pizza now has 2 locations in Cedar City. 5 Buck offers pizza in 8-inch to 16-inch sizes. And in addition to the 30-inch Beast, they also have cinnamon bread, cheese bread, and chicken wings. 5 Buck Pizza for carry-out and delivery too. 5 Buck Pizza located at 1390 South Providence Center and now on North Main Street as well. 5 Buck Pizza, happy to support athletics and other activities of local high schools.
First and 10, Canyon View. Loss of 1. Garrett, 19 of 32, 243 yards unofficially. Tom's 4th reception, 68 yards. 2nd and 11. The 26. Left side, not much room for Ward. Was that Ward on the carry? No, Hatch. Hatch did battle down to the 23 for a gain of 3. Brings up a 3rd and 8. Cedar leads 50-16 here at the beginning of the fourth quarter. Quick slant and thrown too low, incomplete. Intended for Cody Callison. We haven't seen a lot of targets for Tyler Main, just 2 receptions, 13 yards.
Yep. I complained about the same thing in the Snow Canyon game that we called with Canyon View. Tyler Main is a playmaker, and you just have to find ways to get the ball into his hands.
4th and 8, Canyon View going for it here, trailing big. late in the ball game. Garrett back to throw. Deep over the middle. Has a man there. Incomplete. And Braylon Poulos got a hand on it but couldn't reel it in.
And had Tyler Main, I mean, not wide open, but probably just as well covered as where he decided to throw it. So another drive stalled by good Cedar defense inside the 30-yard line.
Cedar takes over 1st and 10 from its own 23. Reds lead 50-16. This fourth quarter. Brought to you in part by Bullock's Drug and Township Pharmacy. Also by Brad's Food Hut and Carter-Crete to go. 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Jaron Garrett back to throw, steps up and lofts it deep down the field. Torres battling and couldn't quite get back to it. Incomplete and no flags down. Reds fans looking for laundry.
No way that Cedar's complaining on that one. That was just as much, if not less, contact than that play down in the end zone on 4th down for Canyon View.
Good defense by the Canyon View secondary.
Garrett still staying in this ball game. His senior night homecoming. Maybe they'll let him play it out.
2 receivers right, 2 left. Man in motion, and the handoff to that man. Making his way across the 25. I didn't catch a number. Who was that?
I think that may have been Jack Cook.
Cook to the 26. Just a 3-yard gain. Cook's second carry has 9 yards, but 4 receptions, 131 receiving yards, and 3 touchdowns.
Garrett hasn't been able to connect with him in the second half. Huh?
Not that I've seen, or not that I took note of. Same formation for a 3rd and 7. Garrett looks right, looks left, throws right side. There's Cook diving to make the catch. He reels it in on the sideline. What a grab.
Incredible catch there by Jack Cook. And what a throw by Jaron Garrett. That was deep on the left hash, clear out to the numbers on the right side. Far throw by Garrett and delivered on a line.
Puts, according to my stats, that puts Jaron Garrett over 300 passing yards at 309. 1st down and 10, Reds. Trips to the left, 1 man right. 50-16, Reds with the big lead. Canyon View led at a couple different points early, but Cedar has led most of the game. Brinkerhoff moves to the left hip of Garrett. From the shotgun, rolling quickly to his left, looking and doesn't see what he wants open, so he takes his time and then finds Colby White. Makes a couple men miss to the 50, into the 45. He steps out into Canyon View territory. Quick feet, Colby White.
Nice moves there by Colby White, making 2 defenders miss on the same move.
18 yards, Colby White. Up to 154 receiving yards on 7 receptions with a touchdown tonight. Torres and Cook wide right. Here's that 2-back set we saw a lot last week against Dixie. Torres in motion, and they give to Brinkerhoff right side. Not much room. Canyon View sniffs it out. Brings Brinkerhoff down for a gain of 1.
Yeah, good defense that time by Canyon View. You wonder if they watched a lot of film on the Dixie ball game, because Canyon View sniffed that one out from the get.
Go with the 2-back set again. It's Brian White to the right of Garrett. Brinkerhoff to the left. 2 receivers right, 1 wide left is Colby White. Option, and White gets the pitch left side. Brian tripped up, dives forward to about the 41. Spot him right at the 41, a gain of 4. 3rd and 5 for the Cedar Reds.
Interesting to see if they stay with this 2-back set after 2 plays. Garrett got the play call and then signaled back to his O coordinator and said, "Hey, I want to run this one."
Garrett, quick throw out to the right side. Jack Cook makes the catch. It'll be on him to make a move. He does, but he can't get past that defender. Good open field tackle. Brings Cook down short of the first down. Jake Tom out there, huh?
Jake Tom out on that far side, as well as I think Gabe Lake. Not sure.
4th down and 2. Reds at the Canyon View 38, leading by 34 and going for it here in the 4th quarter. Garrett fakes the handoff, dives forward. He knew right where he needed to get and dove to that spot at the 34 to move the chains.
That's a nice play there by Garrett.
It's like going back to that play where he kind of shook it off like a pitcher and the catcher saying fastball inside corner. Nuh-uh,
Yep.
Something else.
He's putting his hands up signaling a touchdown, so I figure he's wanted to take a shot to the end zone or something.
Handoff, and Brian White, big hole up the middle. He's gone. 10-5, touchdown. Untouched, 34 yards for the score. Brian White on just his 2nd carry tonight into the end zone.
What a truly bizarre game for Cedar's offense. You know, you can try and pinpoint one guy who's doing it, but it's been, I think that is 5 different players with a touchdown. Brinkerhoff has 2, Garrett has 1, Cook has 1, Colby White has 1, Brian White has 1. That is
impressive.
Extremely impressive, and a truly prolific outing from this Cedar High offense.
Penalty marker down on the extra point. It was kicked up and through. The flag down at the 10. Nine plays, 77 yards, 4 minutes and 10 seconds. Cedar's possessions had all tearless.
Number 30, Cedar. Penalty will be enforced on the ensuing kickoff.
He just said the penalty was a personal foul against Cedar, but he pointed at Canyon View's side. So I'm not sure. Cedar's longest time of, the longest drive, the longest they'd held the football prior to that 4-minute, 10-second drive was 2 minutes and 26 seconds. That drive, 9 plays, 77 yards, 410 extra point, good. Puts Cedar at 57 to 16.
4 minutes on a possession. They really outdid themselves. 57 to 16. Cedar High Reds lead the Canyon View Falcons. 6:40 left in the ball game. It was a personal foul on the extra point attempt, so Cedar will be kicking off from their own 25.
It's 115 yards in penalties against Cedar. And the kick high, a good kick, but fielded at the 20. Cody Callison to the 30, right up the middle to the 40, cuts it left side, and he's just wrapped up at the 41. If he gets away from that one man quickly, it would have been a lot longer return.
Yeah, there was definitely some daylight out to that left side.
Fourth quarter, Canyon View scored 16 in the first half. They've gone scoreless so far here in the second with 6:24 left to play.
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm sure that's the thing that Cedar's most excited about is that shutout in the second half. I guess shutout thus far. Canyon View has been able to sustain some good drives, just not able to finish them, get down within 30, 20 yards of the end zone, and then mess things up.
Double reverse, Michael McAllister nowhere to go. He just has to dive back toward the line of scrimmage, loses a couple to the 39.
Yeah, that was Parker Allen who stayed home and didn't fall for any of the reverse shenanigans. Just did his job, stayed home, and tackled for a 1 yard loss.
Second and 11. Broadcast tonight. Of course, we're going to have the Rad's Food Hut post-game wrap-up. And we'll give a Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy Player of the Game. We'll also look at what games are happening next week. Looks like we'll have a timeout on the field here in this fourth quarter. Both teams head to the sidelines. Canyon View takes a timeout. Now the Falcons will be in action next week at Hurricane. And looking at scores around Region 9 so far, that looks like a game that Canyon View can win. Obviously would have to play well. Cedar on the road down at Desert Hills. Desert Hills came into tonight's game at Hurricane at just 1-5 overall. Both those teams 0-3 in Region 9, looking to pick up their first win in the region. And that's where Cedar will be next week, is down at Desert Hills. And we'll bring you one of those two games here on Thunder 91.
I do have a score update. This was 6 minutes ago. Snow Canyon leads 35-27 over the Dixie Flyers. So that one's shaping up to be a good one. Going to be fun. Looks like it's going to come down to the final play, or at least the final possession.
Second down, 11. Both teams come out of the timeout. Canyon View with a different formation than we've seen. Two receivers left. There's a slot back on the left side of the line. And the handoff going right. Not much room for, who is that? Number 39. Henry Palika. Looks like Canyon View is saying starters are done for the night.
They're saying we're good. We're going to pull our starters, get some younger guys some reps. I think that is number 15 is what it looked like. Xander Larson in at quarterback. Barely handles the snap, gives up the middle, and stopped for about a 3-yard gain.
Is that Palika again on the carry?
I believe it was.
42. Palika came in. He had a few carries prior to tonight. Well, 2 for 7 yards. Give him 2 more tonight for 3. Brings up 4th and a long 8. Canyon View at their own 42-yard line with time running down. 4:07 to play. Falcons will go for it here. Larson looking to throw. No, is that Holden Miller? And he throws a pick. This may be a pick 6. To the 30, the 20, down the right sideline. Miller trying to make the tackle and drags him down at the 2.
I think that was Zan. Oh, it might have been Holden Miller.
Holden Miller has been the backup quarterback this season.
That was number 10, Tyler Stroop, on the interception. Nearly turned it into a pick 6.
Cedar takes over deep in Canyon View territory.
And now we have a new quarterback and some new skill guys out for the Reds.
4th quarter, 3:52 to play. Cedar leading 57-16. With the time remaining, you can't expect them to take a knee and run out all of the clock, so you expect them to run a play or two here, especially with the younger guys in there. At quarterback, is that Cason Crandall?
It is Cason Crandall. We do have a timeout here. Coach Bennett, a little bit of confusion with who's coming off and who's staying on when they're trying to get some of these younger guys in. Looks like they only had 6. Yeah, they only had 9 players. Cedar only had 9 offensive players on the field, so trying to get a count, get the right number of guys out there.
We'll take a quick timeout as well. 57-16. Cedar leads on Thunder 91. Back right after this.
Hermes Drive-In is happy to sponsor youth activities in our area. They are located just north of the City Park on Main Street. Hermes features burgers, shakes, fries, and soft drinks, and a variety of other items, including scones. Hermes Drive-In, 294 North Main Street, Cedar City.
Well, Canyon View had a lead early in the first quarter, 9-7, after a 65-yard touchdown pass from Jake Garrett to Michael McAllister. But it's been almost all Cedar since then. 50-7, Cedar has outscored Canyon View since that 9-7 Falcons lead.
You remember that was on a tip drill too.
Yeah.
Could have been intercepted, but luckily turned into a touchdown for the Falcons.
So Kason Crandall in the shotgun, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, throws over the middle, and he's got his man for a quick strike touchdown. Trayton Payne on the reception, playing tight end for the score.
Kason Crandall all stoked about that one. Gets his name on the touchdown board. That's a fun one, seeing these younger guys. Well, I guess I don't even. Yeah, junior, Kason Crandall, out there getting a touchdown.
3-yard touchdown pass. Trayton Payne with the reception. Cedar lines up to kick the extra point. Kick a low line drive, but it is through. And the Reds put up 64 with 3:03 left to play.
I'll tell you who's probably exhausted. Edgar Hernandez Hinojosa. He's been out there kicking a lot of extra points, has made all of them. He's also been kicking a lot of kickoffs, man. He's seriously had to do probably double the kicking that he did all season just tonight. 64, that's 9 touchdowns, right?
9, yeah.
9 touchdowns, that means 9 kickoffs plus, a half, start the game. So at least 10 different kickoffs, 9 different extra points. I guess they went for 2 one time, but still. Nonetheless, high usage kicker for the Reds tonight. He is set to kick off another one and just pooches this one.
Canyon View going the wrong direction to field this cleanly, but then finding a seam up the middle all the way back toward almost to the 50. Was that Mason Berg?
That was number 25, Mason Berg, who tipped the ball at about the 30-yard line, ran all the way back to the 15, and then turned around and ran it back to the 50-yard line.
They'll spot it right at the 49. Canyon View 1st and 10. We'll have to think about your Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy Player of the Game here in a minute,
geez.
Parker.
I'm not prepared for that. That is Holden Miller, who is in the game at quarterback.
Palika around the right side, breaks the tackle, finds some room, drives forward to the 41 and a hard run.
Kind of love this little Palika running back. Looks like his pads are too big, his jersey's way too big for him, but he just gets out there and takes off running, man.
With a 9-yard gain. Palika with 12 yards on 3 carries. Into Cedar territory at the 41, or the 42 rather. And this play going nowhere. Reds in the backfield.
Fumble on the exchange.
Loss on the play at the 46.
To the 46, a loss of 4. We've got the Brad's Food Hut and Carter Creek Concrete to go post-game wrap-up coming up.
Number 48, Jarrett Johnson in the backfield now for the Falcons at running back.
1:52 to play. Reds will improve their record against Canyon View second here. The give to Johnson, and he drives forward. Looks like a strong runner to the 40. And that moves the chains. A first down for Jarrett Johnson.
Clock has been running for the last few possessions, so a minute 30 remaining in the game as Canyon View is marching.
Give to Johnson, no, yeah. Miller looked like he still had it. Fooled a couple of Red defenders as well. Johnson picks up one. Now it goes back to the line of scrimmage at the 40.
There's Palika, who checks back in at running back. Gonna get a few more carries, just under a minute now left in the ball game.
2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Canyon View, the Cedar 40-yard line, 2nd and 10. Miller takes the snap and gives to Palika, and 2 Reds are in the backfield. Stop him there, 41-yard line, loss of 1.
Number 55 and number 32.
Probably one more play coming here with 38 seconds left in the game. And Cedar, in 24 meetings against Canyon View, including this year, the Reds now going to be 20-4. 20 wins, 4 losses for Cedar in this series. 2 receivers left, 2 wide right. Miller calls for the snap on 3rd and 11. Back to throw. Over the middle, another pick. Miller has attempted 2 passes. This may be another big return, too. Across the 45 to the 50, shoved out at the 45 of Canyon View. And a late flag flies in as well.
So I believe that will stop the clock. A change of possession will do that. So Cedar will have to come out and, the coach is asking right now actually if they're going to have to take the field.
Personal foul, late hit out of bounds.
Personal foul, late hit.
That penalty will be enforced from the end of the line. First down.
That'll put Cedar further into Canyon View territory, down near the 30 or 25-yard line with, 7 seconds to play.
So Cedar does have to come out and snap the ball.
Will they have to snap the ball?
I don't know.
At the 28-yard line.
Oh, I guess they won't. They just started the clock.
Yeah, we're down to 3, 2, 1, and Cedar comes away with the win, 64-16. Canyon View led 9-7 midway through the first quarter. The Reds outscored Canyon View 57-7 from that point on, and a final 64-16. Cedar wins tonight. We'll take a quick timeout and hear from some sponsors from Underwriters, and then we'll be back with the Brad's Food Hut and Carter Creek Concrete to go post-game wrap-up. It'll include the Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy Player of the Game coming up right after this on Thunder 91.
Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this broadcast. Brad's is a traditional fixture in Cedar City and features the Bronco Burger, fish and chips, grilled cheese, and grilled turkey sandwiches, chicken sandwiches, shakes, and of course, soft drinks. Brad's is located on North Main Street in Cedar City. Township Pharmacy is located near the hospital just off Main Street, and Bullock's Drug is downtown. Each pharmacy can fill your prescriptions, and they're happy to bring this broadcast your way. Curbside service available or inside the pharmacy. Township Pharmacy. Brad's Food Hut is happy to present this.
Back for the Brad's Food Hut and Carter Creek Concrete to go post-game wrap-up. I'm Ryan Sonnekert. Alongside me is Parker Haney. Canyon View started off well enough. They scored twice in the first quarter and actually led 9-7 about midway through that opening period. But after that, it was almost all Cedar. The Reds put on a few touchdowns. Well, they scored 4 more times in the first half and led 36-16 at the break. They scored second half and came away with the win, 64-16. Cedar with the victory. I've got Jaron Garrett, 15 of 19 for 330 yards and 4 touchdowns, plus 51 yards rushing, including a 39-yard touchdown run that got the scoring started for the Cedar Reds. Boy, Cedar dominant tonight after what was a close first quarter. The Reds win 64-16. That's a quick recap. And boy, you can't overlook what Garrett did. Can't overlook what Jack Cook did. 6 receptions, 144 yards, 3 touchdowns, including 3 receptions in a row went like this: 22 yards for a touchdown, 55 yards for a touchdown, 40 yards for a touchdown. That was Jack Cook's. Boy, I never had that many that great of touchdown receptions in all of my years playing football, let alone in 3 consecutive catches.
Right.
Colby White also 7 receptions, 154 yards and a score. Seth Brinkerhoff, 11 carries, 73 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, we were talking during that commercial break about Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy's player of the game, and there are so many offensive players I could give it to, like you were just saying. Obviously, Jaron Garrett, unreal. Obviously, Jack Cook did unreal things. Colby White just came out and did what he did, man. I feel like he does that every game. He's unreal. He has almost 500 yards. Came in with just under 500 yards receiving, and now he's probably over 600 yards. Anyway, so I love Colby White. I love what he does. I want to give out two player of the games. One to Seth Brinkerhoff. I feel like he kind of, like you were saying, kind of went under the radar, but broke off 2 big old runs. One of them resulting in a touchdown. The other one he scored off of his run that he set up. But I feel like Seth Brinkerhoff came in, did a lot of good things. I noticed him picking up a lot of blocks. He's pass blocking, giving Garrett a lot of extra time. So I feel like Brinkerhoff does a lot of good things that kind of go unnoticed. And then on the defensive side of the ball, Ben Ellis. Big shout out to all of Cedar's defense. They did a lot of good things coming out and holding Canyon View scoreless in the second half after honestly an easy 16 points that they scored in the first half. But I give it to Ben Ellis. Had a big sack, another tackle for loss, and then an interception, and I'm sure a few more tackles in there that we didn't get recorded. But Ben Ellis coming up big on the defensive side of the ball for Cedar. I'm sad about Canyon View. I think that they truly can be a good team. I feel like they're just a couple pieces away from piecing together some victories here in Region 9. Definitely keep molding Jake Garrett. Made a few sophomore mistakes, right? Did a couple things that were a little confusing to those of us who are a little more, wised up in the football realm. But he really can be a great talent, and I think you just got to build up your defense. It's like we were saying, they come out and they get smashed against these high-powered Region 9 offenses. So Canyon View has a lot of potential to be a really good team, especially with Jake Garrett at the helm, and I think they got a bright future.
64-16 the final score. Some final stats for the Canyon View Falcons. I've got Jake Garrett, 19 of 34, 243 yards, a touchdown and 1 interception. Gunnar Hatch, 17 carries, 74 yards, no touchdowns tonight, but he's got more than 800 rushing yards. And Adrian Ward came in, was a bright spot for this Canyon View offense, 8 carries, 60 yards, including a 44-yard rushing touchdown and 40 yards receiving. Cody Callison, 4 receptions, 69 yards, and Jake Tom, 4 receptions for 68 yards. Michael McAllister, that 1 catch for 65-yard score. Again, Cedar with the win, 64-16. Your player of the game is brought to you by Bullock Drug and Township Pharmacy, and this has been your Brad's Food Hut and Cartacrete Concrete to Go post-game wrap-up. If you're hanging around Southern Utah University and it's here in Cedar City, there's some fireworks as kind of a cap-off of Cedar's or SUU's homecoming week. Those fireworks are scheduled to be fired off right about 10 o'clock, and you can keep it tuned here to Thunder 91. We'll have some music. It's about a 15 or 20-minute show, and the music will go along with those fireworks. So tune it here to Thunder 91. Just keep it here for the next 20 or 30 minutes and enjoy those fireworks here in Cedar. Parker, thanks so much for being here tonight.
Always a pleasure.
I want to thank Reggie Van Hecke being back in the studio. Thank all the folks at Southern Utah University that keep things rolling for Thunder 91, and thank you for tuning in. Also, thanks to our sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Cedar with a 64-16 win. Until next Friday night when we cover one of these two teams down in the St. George area, Hurricane or Desert Hills. Thanks for tuning in, and have a great night.